All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. If you were there last night, you saw it. Well, futures were down almost 2%. It was on Israel attacking Iran. We've heard a lot more. You actually just had Israel intercept missiles. Trump is making comments on it now. We've chilled out, but it definitely left its mark there on oil and gold. And now everybody is asking whether or not this is just going to be a blip in the market. Israel intercept missile, and we get a little bit of fear, or is this about to turn into something more long and protracted? So we will find out, but when it's all said and done, though, people will use this as an excuse, take a little profits, and then get ready for Powell next week. We're going to get some of that blue hair data right around the corner, and we will see where it leads us. So, Chatadonia, we got 3 minutes, baby. We got 3 minutes. I'm going to be watching MP and Restoration. Those are like the two plays that are holding up without anything. Restoration had earnings. MP, they had the government thing. And then again, it is related to materials. We snaked those yesterday. If you were here, watch oil, gold, silver, SPY for Powell. Again, if you watch the watch list, you should have already had them. And then NVO, dude, they're actually holding. And now NVO is once again the most important, most valuable company in Europe. And then the drones, Zena, UMAC, and Katos, I think. Those are going to be the ones that I will be watching. And then it's Friday the 13th. But who cares? Because F that superstition BS. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? So, Chatadonia, are you ready? I'm excited, but we, again, you may have a wild day, a lot of emotions. Again, wait for your next update when there is anything. Yeah, the watch list isn't available because if I talk about certain topics, YouTube usually bans me. Or punishes me. Not like they target it, but they allow people to abuse the reporting system. So I was cracking some top tier jokes last night. Oh, you have no idea, but some people would have banned me for it. So yeah, and you know, just again, sadly, I did give you guys the truth and reality in advance, but you know, again, it's just not, it don't really vibe well, but you know, they should be there. That's why I keep telling you guys to lock in, and I do want you informed, and I do take a lot of pleasure in letting you guys have info and making you ahead of the game. But unfortunately, you know, we will operate within our parameters. I don't really agree with it, but it don't matter. I mean, like I'm saying, you know about the puts, you know about what's there. I'll do my best to go in. I'm not going to bend the knee, but if I do have to take out the video for the safety of the future, I will. But or we just complain to YouTube and maybe they'll fix it. But either way, chat, we got a minute and a half. I need to go pee, bro. I know, I need to go pee. Hold on, what's going on, bro? Only ads? Where's Jim Cramer? All right, yeah, they ain't got shit. I'm gonna give you guys an ad.
Whole company in an all-hands meeting. And that timeline went from founding to 100 years out. And the IPO was one dot in 1 year on that timeline. And we tried to orient the employees to, this is a wonderful event, this IPO, but it's a moment in time on a very long journey.
This is a company that you want to exist in 100 years.
We do.
Wall Street doesn't think in...
No, they think in like hours. Yeah. And what I've learned of Wall Street, and particularly Wall Street investors, when they say they are long-term investors, that means they'll keep your stock for like a month. There has been one instance where I did something that was just for short-term stock, and I felt so bad about it that I don't think I'll do it again.
What was that?
There was one quarter, a few quarters ago, we were not going to beat the quarter. We were gonna probably just hit it. And so far, we beat every quarter. Baby. So we were all like, wait, what? Our perfect record.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, your long-term will probably not have a good day. We might outperform, though, if we get lucky. Because watch, by the hour number 2 or 3, you're going to watch who wins and loses. So make no mistake. It is a little bit of risk off, but there's going to be at least 10 winners. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, it's good. Round 1. Fight. Ford CEO, rare earth supplies day-to-day after plant halt. SEC says Brian Dolly named Director of Investment Management. The SPY puts went up 20%. That's honestly kind of whack. But hey, we did gap up, or we were down 2%. So yeah, but I think those are going to hold. I'm going to hold them. I think they're just going to keep going. If they go cheaper, we could grab some other ones. President Trump plans biofuel quota seeks to crimp foreign policy. Meta popped. All right, I'm seeing again, dude. The MPs did very good. If you still have those. Okay, one of them expires today. Yeah, that one's good. And then NVO, which is kind of funny, but the NVO has a wide spread. Actually, I don't even think they opened it yet. No, they did. Just a wide spread on there. Those NVOs are lagging, though. Might be down. SPY still hold it. A couple of restaurants and then banks. MP got slid. The contracts are up, though. So, again, that's a winner here. And then watch RH. So, again, there's only like 2 names today that are really like, that have shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is kind of just moving on their own. I can't believe it, bro. Friday the 13th. Powell, I don't think he is speaking. No. Whirlpool got the... We should have bought it. Remember when I was telling you I wanted to go all in? But yeah, they got to upgrade. But I like it at this price. It's a very low price, but just like everything lately, I don't like that we were just down a lot. I don't want to pay that extra premium. Yeah, Apple is doing great. Honestly, Apple just went green. ONON. You're getting a headline from India. Plane crash. Boeing, again, Boeing's down 1.6, but none of those really moved. Oh, what? I think that has to be the spread. There's no way. Ooh, I want to hold them, but I'm going to take it. Yeah, no fucking way. So remember I had those old NVOs? I had the far out the money ones. Those are the ones that never work. We have one set of out the monies that worked really well. But that one didn't work, but it has a fucking bid. I'm up on it. I just sold. It gave me half of them. Baba, again, watch China names. I even think, too, I think in a couple of hours when we see it, just be on the lookout for any of the small caps, too. Because, again, if today does turn into one of those volatility days and no one wants to do anything, they might be attracted to the small caps. All right. SPY still dancing around. Low ticker, high ticker matched up. I see, again, ADM, material, food plays. Whirlpool, again, they're doing good off of the upgrade. And then UPS just had a pop. All right, let's see the drone plays. Which one's is it UMAC? Is that the Donald Trump kid? And then Zeno is the one that got the contract the other day. U.S. shifts military resources in Middle East. Again, notice bonds. You guys notice bonds are red? Restoration is going... Let's see. The Arrow IPO. I mean, if an IPO could hit my criteria, I will play it. But as of late, dude, these IPOs are weird because they are taking advantage of the demand, and I think a lot of it is fake. And after what I saw with Circle, but you know, if it hits my criteria, I will take it. But if it's not there, I mean, I'm not going to play the game of high premium, you know, from the day before. It doesn't really make sense to me. Dude, is Disney up? Again, Restoration, they're already up 22. LMT now, that's the one we really should have got. But, yo, be on lookout, because if LMT starts breaking out, start seeing if your boy oil starts going up. So be mindful. Actually, LMT's filling the damn gap right now, bro. That's the crazy part. Ishiba, no change in position on tariffs. U.S. officials, you already read that. Hold on. We're going to try scamming the market maker with Josh. I don't think it's going to work. You can't do shit. Tesla coming up. Oh, yeah. Honestly, Tesla's doing very well. ASTS, Apple just flushed. So again, Apple just went first one to go green to red. Ishiba, Japan agreed with Trump to meet in Canada. So that's a G7 headline. Yeah, bro. Honestly, the LMTs suck, dude. That sucks. I really liked that the other day, but this is no good, Habibi. Robinhood on the high, Apple on the low, Oracle. Yeah, and SPY just at VWAP. You're down point. It's not bad, but, you know, again, when the move hasn't happened yet, up or down, you could quickly go back to green. It's still only 1%. Or, again, we're right back at yesterday night's low. But remember, you have the blue hair data right around the corner. So you are going to get a data catalyst, not war related, if you want to get a little bit of movement. All right, SPY still hold. There's Oracle. Oh, no way. All right, it kind of worked, but I think I overpaid. Interesting. Here, hold on. I'm going to do another order with half the price. See if they give it to me. They won't. Okay, that's a good sign. All right. I got to play. Well, I go to with time. A lot of time, actually. Good morning, Nike Pop. Yeah, I mean, this you got to play it next week, or you got to just think ahead. Like, think ahead to the events, think ahead of what is on the table right now and what we are dealing with. Remember, think even Froggers. You know, you might have a play that is already moving, and again, you just got to get the lagger when it's all said and done. Good morning. What up, baby? LT is up, thanks. That's good. Don't flex on everybody, though. So remember, only I have the monopoly on flexing in here. But yeah, if you followed along with the cult, bro, you should be outperforming to a heavy degree. So yeah, but don't flex on your bros, man. You know? Because then the guys who missed out, we just had a philo. I don't want them to make bad decisions, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Bump, bump. Okay, the SPY premiums are still holding, though. All right, maybe that warplay worked. Yeah, because I do it again. I don't know why they gave me that fill, but there was no, again, that was the first one. So let's pizza. Where is pizza? Oil exposure, either futures or what's it called? Either futures or USO. Oh, Andre, my man. Well, good, bro. Follow the rules. I don't care about your money. I would have banned you already for breaking the rules, you know? So I'm just trying to be nice. So, amen. Amen, bro. It's better to follow the rules than millions of dollars. That may sound weird, but it's true. Oh, I hope they feel me. VRT, Zillow is making a pop again. IP, you've had the other, again, they had a pop and they're part of like Warship. And there's Google again, Zillow, ZK. Again, I want one of those drone play. Meta and Crowd now. Yeah, Meta's green, bro. So see, software and tech, if they could start getting a bid, that wouldn't be uncommon. Again, you know, people rush towards the safer tech names. You've seen that many, many times. Yeah, the great for the market. You said that earlier. Right up, Al. Anyone buying cheap Adobe calls with you? Dog. Do you not realize what you just said? So you know how I'm like, yo, don't influence people. You guys need to mind your own shit. Do you see how wrong that is? Why do you want people to buy calls with you, bro? Why don't you just go and gamble on your own? And why are you trying to drag somebody with you, dog? Like, this is literally what I've been like calling people out for months, man. Yeah, like, like, do you see what I'm talking about? Oh man. So yeah, just be careful, guys, and you know, do your gambles, do them, but you don't need to tell everybody. And again, I hope you like. It's odd. Just stop trying to influence people. You know, like I'm saying, I share you guys info. I don't tell you what to do, and I think my info is timely, but like, it's not about like I'm not telling you my plays anymore. I can't even pump my own plays. You won't even know the strike or anything. So it's just like, come on. You guys just got to be like, just take one extra step, you know, and think about it, because it's like, it just exposes you to a different world. Why do you want to be involved in it? Have to worry about it, get people with, it's just so disgusting. So yeah. Volume on Apple, I can. Give me a sec. I don't have my shit open. Okay, what time is it? Give it 15 more minutes. We'll get the data. Please hold while we connect your volume. Apple is well below average. Jeez, it's disgusting. So yeah, no. I don't think that's going to hit. Okay, SPY's starting to go down. A-Lab on the high. Okay, war plays actually work. SPY puts your climbing now. Very interesting. Oh, where is healthcare and biotech actually? Yeah, they're chilling. SPY's just getting back to opening. We're barely moving. Palant. I mean, isn't technically Palantir a war play? Kupang. Yeah, Palantir's starting to get a bid. Fat on the high. So that's profitable from where we got it. That was the exclusivity one. Make your move, baby. Is Oklo moving? Yeah. And then Reddit. GLL. What's Pod? All right, man. It's kind of crazy. You got a couple things moving. Top of the hour. Give me 15 minutes. I will get you it. Trump is not live right now. No. Probably a mirror. We heard from him in Wall Street Journal, but I think given the situation, you're probably not going to see him, like whenever he goes live, it's going to be big because everyone wants to know, like, what the fuck is going on here. Palantir. All right, SPYs are still at VWAP, Travel, and Hyatt. Why? Odd. And then again, Envitis. Okay, watch if small caps start going. I mean, everything's still down 1%. And then Palantir. There's Roblo. See if Hood goes. Pizza. I do want a pizza. They didn't drop the premiums after that bullshit yesterday, though. That's what sucked. Starts going crazy. It's not good for growth, recession, the economy. All right, low tickers picking up now. You do have some names like Disney, Palantir, these war-related plays as well. They're all holding up, but now you're starting to just barely move. There's one other one. And then everything is still elevated from gold to oil. It's not like last night, but then again, we haven't got another development yet. Oil is coming down, but still up 6.9. There's Void G. And then more Palant. CRDO, Reddit, and then I think Crowd, now Tesla. Oh yeah, we are actually going to make electric tank now, and then and then Starlink, and then cut waste and efficiency. I don't know. Yeah, Tesla though, they're about to go green, and then SPY on the low. Apple did that first and then flipped. UNH on the low. MSTR is going up. Yeah, Russell is down. We'll get you a checkup, and then again 10 minutes. So in the next 10 minutes, you are going to get the data. Stay blessed. May the Lord be with your side. Amen, man. You too. All of us. And the Lord is accessible to everyone. So amen, bro. Thank you. I love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. India plane crash. GE spokesperson says top priority is support action being taken by Indian civil authority. Can I read what you said? No. You came in here and said you've been gone for a while and you demand me to read something? I'm banning you. I have zero sympathy for the people like that. So no. You need to be locked in. Because I get banned a lot. And then you guys who don't defend me, that's why. So, yeah. No, I don't fuck with it, dude. Sorry. Tests? I know, dude. That's why I'm like, what? I have two of them on. Hold on. Okay, that UMAC went. Paying the plug. Thank you for the water. Bro, shout out all of y'all, man. India plane crash, GE. You got a bunch of headlines on that. It's not moving. Again, UMAC. Is that the Donald Trump one? Or the kid? And now Boeing's on the low, so I guess those headlines are kind of hitting a little bit. And then, yeah, we got 10 minutes, man. 8 minutes until the data. And then we will go from there. Yeah, watch of Boeing. Tencent, they had something else today, or Thermo Fisher did. Micron's doing great, actually. What the hell? Barely green, but it's kind of melting up. See if chips all do that. Yeah. Chips are down, but, like, they're not that bad. Yeah, AMD starting to go. Again, you just had Tesla. And then Meta was green just a second ago. Google red by 1%. Amazon, they're all down about 1%. No expectations from the data. Just it's probably going to come in high. Sometimes the market ignores it. Sometimes it doesn't. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I just banned you guys who are literally reminiscing about how many times I've answered you. Terrible conversation. Because you guys don't know I ban people for that. Like, I don't think you guys have listened. I think you have misread the actual content of what just happened. So yeah, man, lock in. What will it take for the market to go down? Just a little propaganda, baby. Remember, we were just down the most on record comparatively to like some other ones, but we've dropped, we dropped like what, 20, 30% from the high. So you did watch the market literally just go down, and then we came back up, and now it's there. But war definitely, this is something that could get in the way, but I think you'll need the economy and other things to adjust with it. And then is Oracle still going? Because those plays are still up. And then DG on the high, too. How do you start it? There's a video. So, Brian, I've answered this for you several times. You ask it, and then I answer, and then you don't listen to it, bro. So just go check out the old videos, man. And then save 10% for 10 years. And start with it. But, yeah. And that's why, too, the moment I don't think you guys are genuine and you ask the same question, I am going to give you a way less quality answer that you could ask anybody, because I did answer that question for you in a good way, but then you just keep asking me it. All right, you're going lower. All right, 5991. Again, you are below 6,000. The crazy part, futures, you were almost 100 points below this yesterday. So there's a lot of room to go. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, what? Yeah, that's not bad, dude. Core weave, 5-year, baby. Make sure you have a long term. Yeah, SBET. Did you guys see SBET? That was crazy. So SBET is like, they're trying to do like MSTR, one of these crypto treasury plays. And then, yeah, but then it dropped 75%. So that one, it was like that's if MicroStrategy didn't have the juice, But yeah, and then Google's starting to move again. See what else goes. Nibis, I swear CoreWeave was just on the high. Yeah, CoreWeave on the high, Nibis on the low. They're inversing. Habibi. Thank you for the great water. God bless you, baby. They have been good, man. So I hope it has been profitable. And either way, if it's not, long term, that's the beauty, man. And that's why, too, it's like, this shit sucks. I don't think it'll cause an event, but, you know, if it did ever create, like, big price differences, I mean, this will be an opportunity for the long term. And we've been stacking the cash. UMAC is still going. What was the other one? Zena. I wanted one of those. Yeah, they're all just up a lot. Again, and then RTX, LMT. Those are, again, those were a little more difficult to play. Whoa, Boeing! All right, let's see if we could get a hit. I already had those other ones. They're weeklies. Yeah, Boeing, but it's honestly not that bad, to be honest. It looked way worse on the low ticker. It was like $1, but then it's already up. But again, you had those GE headlines not too long ago. With the data, was that public? I mean, I think technically it's public, but you know, you got to pay to get it organized like that and then in real time. But I think it's public. But yeah, that is from my shit. Okay, everything's starting to drop now. Again, even Tesla's flipped. You have Bobo. So again, Boeing's down 3. Had very minimal reaction to yesterday. Because again, it was down 7, then bounced, and then now it's starting to go. You didn't have a headline there, but the headline came in here. All right, and SPY, but look at bonds are not moving at all. Low ticker is now waking up. Oh, dude, 1 minute. Yeah, bro. Hold on, the irony, you're into the low now on the data. So get ready, it's going to be an inflection point, but 45 seconds, you will get this release. 52.1, and then 4.2 on the 5-year. And where's the 1 year? I think 4.2 and 6.6. So those are your estimates. Alrighty. Oracle as well. I don't care about the Senate. I just care about the inflation expectations. 4.2 for 5-year, 6.6, and we're off. 5-year, 4.1. Came in lower. Wow, and then it came in 60.5. Holy shit. Yeah, way better. That was the best one you've gotten in all year. All year. 5-year dropped by 0.1, and then the 1-year expectations plummeted. Finally. So now the blue hairs have... They're coming closer to the hard data. So yeah, that was a lot better. So there you go. But again, I don't know how the market again, this data is not important. They made it important and sold off on it every time. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it is good now, and as much as I want to tell you it's good, it shouldn't really mean much. But yeah, so we'll see, and then keep your eyes out for anything else. But that is your first good development on consumer sentiment all year, bro. All year, even from end of last year for crying out loud. So yeah, not bad. Like I'm saying though, the way we've heightened up the response to this data when we shouldn't have, that's what you'll get your pop. You're like, oh, it's bullish, but like it's not supposed to mean anything. That's it. It was just our fault for tantruming and reacting before. Oh, those hit? Fuck. Hold on. Oh, what? It did it again. Yeah, bro, it's doing it again. Bro, I'm putting in these fucking orders and they're scamming it from me. Yeah, bro, they won't give it to me. Alright, yo, fuck. Dog, these little scammers. So you heard all that, right? That was 3 of them. Bro, 3 of them. They scammed. They wouldn't fill my whole order on any of them. They would only give me 1. Little scammers. So yeah, I like it. That's what happened with the MPs yesterday. Like I was telling you, if I see something and then I try to get an order, it's been good, but then again, I already had a play on this. Fucking dumb. We'll see. RBNE. Okay, and then SPY, do you guys notice? SPY is just still dancing. You just have really good consumer sentiment relative to all the other ones, but you're not getting that reaction. Oh, and then the Oracle keeps going. Those plays from yesterday are killing it. Yeah. Starmer says UK has grave concerns about Iran nuclear program. EA. Yeah, Oracle, Boeing, and then who is the other one? RTX. Yeah, bro, Whirlpool. Again, they got a big upgrade. McDonald's, a lot of things are running now. Let me get you guys a checkup. Let's see what we're fucking dealing with. NASDAQ, a 16 green, 85 in the red. Mercado Libre, Diamondback, Palantir are the leaders, and Amgen. Dow Jones, 6 names in the green. Amgen, McDonald's, Chevron, J&J, Walmart, and Merck. The other 24 are in the red. And then SPY, 97 green, 405 in the red. So everything's bad. Literally everything is bad today. So, but then again, that's room. You have 400 names that could go green if you're looking for more juice. Visa and MasterCard and PayPal. Those are, all the financial names are down on the report that that Amazon and Walmart might make a stable coin. Yes, today is Friday. Okay, look at the bonds. That could be good. You know, in a weird, unless oil's going up. That's what I'm saying. It's a weird dynamic, and this kind of made it all there. US EPA to propose total biofuel blending. I think that's old. No, it's 705. Okay, equal weights rocketing up. URGN. Yeah, oil coming up a little bit. Oil's at $72. NACA, BTI on the high. The Amex coin collabs, not all that. I didn't look into it. What is it like? What does it come with? Ethereum on the low. So why? And then Bitcoin. And then TLT. Where's gold? Why does it seem like every risk on thing is dumping? But then again, SPY's still holding. U.S. trade talks reaching an important stage, says Akazawa. Yeah, Oracle. Very crazy, Habibi. Oil could be the wrecking ball, yeah. It's actually, like, dude, it's nuts. I mean, yesterday oil was at $65. The week before that, it was at 57. Now today it's at 72. So that changes a lot for companies, for individuals, for politicians. So it has a lot of effects. The lifeblood of the economy. Yeah, Visa, American Express, all of those affected by that stablecoin news. They're all on the low. Again, SPY's just holding down, bro. Gee, Sapphire's going to have a big change. Higher annual fee. I don't know if they can do it. Because again, like Amex has a high annual fee, but they like have the prestige. But I don't know. I don't know if I would pay that much more for a Chase Sapphire. It's a good card and they have benefits, but like, yeah, it's not, you know, it's not an Amex. I don't know why I would pay more than an Amex Platinum. Apple on the low now. That's round 2. I'm surprised. Again, you have way more names that are down. VG. Hey, yo, VG. Venture Global. What is this? Hello. There is no cheapies. Yeah, they hate you. VG. That's up 3%. That could be something. But yeah, there's no cheap plays, bro. You're on your own. I'm fading it. Oh, there's one. Well, I'm going to check news before taking it. But 3% is good. I like that. ACHR's on the high again. They did an offering. That BMY Sint. Oh, I had something in the morning. Oh, it's an energy stock. That's why. Yeah, it's LNG shit. So maybe with Japan and then everything else. And then SPY going lower. Finally breaking. Premiums have been up all day on the downside. Okay, there's a rat coming down. RBNE. I saw this one in the morning. Robin Energy. All right, there's this SPY flushing now. Okay, premiums have been the highest they've been all morning. And then now you are at 59886. Where's the next level? 5972, right? Yeah, 78 to 72. And then like 6750, and then we fill the gap at 5926. Oracle's still holding. All right, that one's a little bit bigger now. Again, some names are holding up. You are having a very, very weird push and pull right now. But then again, it is 90% of the market is in the red. US EPA proposes the blending. They keep coming out with that one. I keep seeing that headline. Meta, VSAT, okay, Microsoft. Watch, you get risk off on any of the other big techs. I mean, this gets ugly. Again, you're already down 1% right now. 1.1. Dow is doing the worst. Everything's down 1, but, dude, it's been not even an hour. The yields are running because of oil. This isn't It's a different type of scare here. This wasn't like, because again, you could easily live with a conflict in the Middle East. UN conference on two-state solution between Israel and Palestine has been postponed. Reuters. Okay, Yum on the high. Abivai and MO. Yeah, Sprouts is doing great, actually. And all the grocery stores, except for Target. There was data just 15 minutes ago. Consumer sentiment was your lowest one all year. But now after that, just probably awaiting any conversation with Trump and the leader of Israel. Vava. Pfizer going green? It's crazy. HEB, no, I know what it is, but I've never been. Swiss government approves EU deal, opens consultation process. Okay, Tesla's starting to go. And NVIDIA's at the low. Everything is, man. And you have a couple of random names moving. RTX, defense, oil, energy. Yeah. Is it food related to easing up the foreign workers? Could be. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is, but it stands out. Again, ADM, Bungie. Those are 5-6% on a day like today. Coin on the low. Again, Bitcoin's still near the low. It's not as bad as some, but yeah. You're like literally at the halfway point of last night. We're just in the middle of all of it. Israeli military says it continues to attack targets in Iranian territory. Export seed. My thing said EPA and feedstock. That's the only thing I got. Okay, SPY going lower. Honestly, big tech is, dude, they're holding up pretty decent. And then there's Bobo again, those little scammers. Oh, man. It's early, boys. I don't know, was Boeing lower yesterday? Because remember, it was down. Yeah, this is the low of yesterday now. So there, now Boeing is breaking the low from yesterday where it bounced. So literally like 195 that was a 7% low. SPY dumping. VIX is on the high now. Yeah, bro. VIX, Boeing. Okay, because Boeing's going to affect the Dow, you guys. So keep that in mind. You know, Boeing is going to have a big impact on the index. It sucks. There were some other cheaper volatility plays. Yeah, they're all up like 4. They were all just really cheap not too long ago. But yeah, you are moving down. See, there might even be a random pop by the middle of the day. And then you'll continue any sell if it's going to be like that. But yeah, you had a window there, but that just kind of jacked everything. Again, even the puts were holding. They're just slowly climbing. The video deleted. You can't watch it, unfortunately. You just got to be there. Hey, okay, MOS now. That's another one of those food ones. Yeah, bro, those oracles are almost 1,000% from yesterday. I'm shocked. Okay, SPY puts are going higher. Even then, that green candle popped them up. Then there's Verizon again, war plays. I don't know if communications, they're green now. Verizon and AT&T. And then LMT, NOC, RTX all on the high still. Airbnb. Yeah, value again. Some of the values that did bad, they're coming up. You saw a video on the Boeing before takeoff. Oh, really? It's weird. They want to say like, I think a lot of people want. I mean, it's Boeing. You know, Boeing's be like, it's pilot error. They're from another country. We're racist. And if you think that's an offensive joke, literally in a filing, Boeing actually tried to blame pilot failure based on ethnicity before. So that's not my words. That's literally the company's. But other than that, it's like they want to say that, but like think about it. Like the Dreamliner has never crashed. You know that? It has never crashed ever. And then the pilot had over, I think, 80,000 or 8,000 hours or something. And for 8,000 flights, like he was very well experienced on the Dreamliner. So I think worst case, it was probably maintenance. I don't know. It's either maintenance or it was a damn attack. But that's tinfoil territory. But yeah, definitely a maintenance issue, I could say. Yeah, Dreamliner had a perfect record. I'm telling you, it was like the hours, it's millions and millions of flights commercially without a crash. 737, actually, is a piece of shit. But the Dreamliner is actually a pretty solid plane. That Dreamliner never in its history until yesterday had that happen, ever. Okay, UNG, Boyle, and more value. It was delivered in 2014. See, that's what sucks. Because the delivery date on that plane, though, it correlates with all of the shit show with Boeing, though, unfortunately. But then again, that plane has been in service for a decade with no issues. With a pilot who's flown that shit every single day. That's why I'm like, man, it's weird. It's very, very weird. Abivi again. Abivi and MO, they sold off yesterday. Now they're going up. EPA expects to announce policy on small refinery waivers before finalizing proposed blending requirements. Yeah, 737, that was the bad one. 787 Dreamliner, you've never had an issue on it. Literally, none of those have ever crashed until yesterday. That was it. There was a customer who flew on the same plane earlier and documented it. Tag me in that. I haven't seen that. The dream, is that what he was talking about? Shut up. Because that was considered ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, KB Homes? It's small, but it's moving. Real Cult News on Twitter. Oh, that's crazy. Because again, at the time, that plane never went down. See, I want to tell you guys something, but then I have to delete the video. This is so annoying, bro. Because then I'm like, well, do you guys want me to just keep my mouth shut? Or how can we do this? I got to go make a fucking podcast or something, bro. Because I don't know how to, like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. RBNE. Circle now. Whoa, Circle was dead. It was dead, and then it was only green one, then it flushed, and now it's up. Is that why the video came down from live? That's why it always goes down, bro. I'm telling you. And then the times I leave it up, my boy from Google is like, yeah, dude, you're about to get banned. he's like, bro, yeah, it's not good. And then the one time I actually fixed it, I still got in trouble. And I had to fucking tweet at Sundar, bro. And then they fixed it. But like, nah, bro, that's what I'm saying, just inconvenient. I don't like dealing with the inconvenience of it all. And then, like I'm saying, just it's very, very annoying. But if I talk there's like a category, bro. That's it. If I told you all to go gamble and jerk off, I could say that all day. Isn't that funny? That's it. If I encourage gambling and jerking off, no issues, bro. If I tell you the truth, if I tell you what's gonna happen before it happens, I will get in trouble. I really will. So yeah, man. It's crazy. Isn't that wild, bro? It's like if I just like tell you guys to like go rob people, like if I tell you to destroy yourself, no repercussions. You know, if I try to like let you into like what I'm seeing and how it's played out in like a historical context, that's against the rules. Who's again? Again, I think hymns, if that WSJ thing, but then again, if they literally ban pharma from advertising, every company goes to zero. But yeah, and then SPY's going lower. The premiums are going up. This is a slow grind up in premium. You guys remember last time we hit volatility plays? That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the last time I got the VIX and I sold out at like 30% and then it ended up 100% by the end of the day. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because I'm waiting for the pop to get a cheap one, but then it's never happening. And then it's slowly 2% at a time. We're just getting walked down right now. Mr. Beast could do? Nah, bro. They'll clap you, bro. So you ready for yesterday? You want to know what's funny about yesterday? I left it, and here's for all of you listening too, and y'all get mad at me, okay? Hear me right now. Yesterday, futures are down 1.5%. I go live. I did not go live on members only, even if it was a watch list. I made it public, okay? Within 20 minutes of all of it going down. We're live for 2 hours. I'm even getting you the headlines as they're coming in, right? Guess what? Ready for the kicker? I had less people on that public video yesterday than every watch list we did the day before, every week. I get less people on the video when it's public. It does not even show it to people if it was public. I get more people on a paid members only. The information gets disseminated more effectively On members only, sadly. So yeah, bro, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Yeah, like, dude, literally on a private paid. CNN can't even do it, bro. No, it wasn't. I made it public. Bro, I'm not gonna. Y'all really, what do you think I'm trying to do? I mean, futures are dropping. The world is, big shit's happening. I'm here to inform you. I go live. I made it public. Literally, every watch list for the last month had more viewers. Live, concurrent. And on total views, bro. It's disgusting. So yeah, bro, like, that's why I'm telling you, bro. We need cohesion. I need your support. The members already supported, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I know y'all feel like I'm targeting y'all with it, but unfortunately, we just have to operate a little differently, amongst other things. But again, though, it is the reporting thing. Y'all give me an attitude and y'all report me, and it has created a weird environment. But then again, if you want the info, I mean, I am trying. RBNE, bro. This one, it's an energy one. Same thing with Husa. And then Iraq, bro. Let's go. You saw it on Twitter before YouTube notified you? I know, it's crazy. It is crazy. Okay, man, this sucks. Because I have a volatility play. I'll tell you guys in a little, but I've done this before. We've all done this a month ago, 2 months ago. I remember it very vividly. Because I see the play, and I'm like waiting for the good price on the bounce, you know? But then it never does it. We're just getting walked down right now, and second by second, they're raising the premium by 1%. It bounces up, they widen the spread, and then redo it. Hey, been here since Chick-fil-A and Starbucks deliveries. Respect for everything you're doing, not just the call-outs and insights, but how you speak on life, discipline, and faith. Hits deep, man. Amen. But that's why, too, I feel the same way about all of y'all who have, like, held me down. You see why? That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, it's cool, and I know, and you guys see what I'm doing. And that's you guys actually give me credit for being way ahead of the game and making everybody a fuck ton of money. So I appreciate you. But, you know, it's like, dude, this is it. And we lock in, bro. There is some good things, man. And I'm very grateful for those of you who did not add it. But then again, we need the friction. I don't know, bro. I'm just telling y'all. I believe God did that. Y'all don't stop playing with me. I'm about to go crazy on him. All his will, my brother. All his will. You know that? Oh, I'm a sicko. They don't get it, bro. They go, you have to watch. You know that? You had to. You were destined to report the video, you little hater. You were made for this moment. God wants you to watch. Your hate brings out the glory. Do you know that, right? I hope you are. Amen. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Those of you who have been a part of it in love and in peace and moved with me, bro, God bless you. I got a good philo for you today, too. But it's amazing. But either way, in due time, let his will be done. Iraq. All right, Iraq's about to hit 1,000%. Visa and MasterCard again. This is so all right, man. See, look. Should we just do it, bro? I'm just gonna do it, actually. None of you take this, because then if I do it, maybe I could add some liquidity to fucking make it bounce and get cheaper. Because like I'm telling you, I want to wait. There is a good volatility play, but it's why pay more when we don't have to? But then if they keep walking it down, it's gonna double up slowly but surely. Egypt Petroleum Ministry activates prepared emergency plan for natural gas supply priorities. Okay, Visa and MasterCard still flushing, and PayPal. All this stablecoin shit. Oh no. Bro, the plays went up. So look, they just raised the volatility place. I hate this, dude. That's what I'm saying. I want the bounce to give me a fucking steal, but then it just won't. Yeah, Husa, nuts. Again, RTX, Boeing. Let's see. A little bit, yeah. Again, Boeing, this 195 level's big. Oklo. Whoa. What time is it? 7:30. Qatar work with international regionals to stop aggression on Iran urgently. Well, it's not bad though. 1 hour, 18 million in volume. That's pretty big. PayPal's dumping on the news that Amazon and Walmart want to make a stable coin. China has approved some new U.S. pork and poultry plants to export eligible products produced on or after June 12th. That's bullish. I don't know if the market's going to focus on the fear, but that's China agriculture. That's a positive. That's coming from customs. That's the source. And now we got the peach. Horna. Wow. Chatadonia, the peach. Stop it. Oh, Bradley Frizzle. The peach is big. You know how many planes that fell out of the sky with and we've had Bradley Frizzle? Do you know how many World War III scares you've had with the peach? Stop playing. Stop. Put some respect on the peach. Hey, man. Good morning, baby. Happy Friday. Oh. They don't feel me. All right, this is going to get interesting. Let's see. How does the market handle a trade headline? Maybe you could watch TSN. Yeah, they're getting some... Again, we're in a weird volatility. You see the volume, all that. So let's see what your boy actually does here. Come on, just get above VWAP. Terrible. All the plays I'm looking at just went up in value. They're all downside plays. Oh, my Oracle filled 1,000%. Wow, those oracles yesterday. So literally 4 cents into 40. So I still have some. I just sold half of them. I have another set at 1,000%. I'm gonna ride them because I usually sell them out way too early, but that has time too. That doesn't even expire today. I know. Circle. CVS now. So again, watch Elevance, Humana if that goes. APLD. China news, it was a customs on agriculture or pork and poultry to export to China. That's big because they don't take our food as much. Again, we take their food, we take their pigs. So very interesting. I did not see that coming. So I take that as good. Okay, you're moving now. Terrible, though. Volatility plays. SPY puts are going down, but, like, out the money cheap ones are not doing what you want. They're not going to let us get it. They're going to make you FOMO it. Okay, never mind. I just came down by 1 penny. I'm down. Let's go. Maybe I'm just impatient. I think there was a China headline right there. Otherwise, we were just wicking into the lows, kind of moving around. But like I said, I like that China thing. But even like I told you guys right away off of the consumer sentiment, it's a weird day today. So you don't have to move off of it. There's Oracle. Again, those are up over 1,000% now. Iran President, I hope negotiations with Washington will continue in accordance with Khomeini's vision. Okay, came back down. Yeah, I hate this play. I fucking hate it. I took it though. I'm going smaller, but I need to get one of these. Right, because I need to watch it. And I'm gonna look away from the chain, so I grabbed a small one. But wait, but then again, it's like it's a weird walk down, bro. The premiums are very fucked up today. Customs news is hitting again. Yeah, Oracle, everyone was really, really hyped by their report. They're like, they're back. Everyone's getting really hyped on Oracle. Why not go for the Boeings? I don't know. But what you should do is just don't worry about what I do. And then if you hear something and you have an idea, you should act on it. But yeah, it's the best info I could give you. Because most people, you won't figure it out. That's why yesterday when I told you guys buy puts, no one saw that coming. So if you hear something, you like it. But then again, I'm not trying to influence you. Be wise, and there's a lot of different opportunities around. Adobe had earnings. RTX is flushed. So look, watch now. If you start getting the like risk off place flushing, then we're gonna have a problem. Zegna pop. Yeah, Zegna. I thought it was bigger, but that's moving. Circle. Yeah, that one woke up. What put? See, that's the problem. Like, you see the guys who are like, yeah, that was spot on. I listened. That was gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you want. That's what I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? There's the people in here who are taking the info, and then they are moving on it, right? And then you're asking me which one I bought. It doesn't fucking matter. The time, it's good info. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's just unfortunately, I am pushing you guys to act on things a little differently because I don't want to influence you. If you have info and you have the ability and skill, use it. Otherwise, you can't really rely on just like following more or less. Like, again, those of you who are willing to put in the work and take the info and apply it to your own strategy, you're going to kill it. And you will realize how ahead of the game we are. But if not, you're just going to harass me and get mad at me. So it's you got to figure it out, bro. GBR, new again. You guys see what's happening? They're pumping small cap energy. So the other day it was like small cap China, and then just like random shorted stocks. You know, that's like the third small cap energy, like Husa. But now they're doing these like, look at, nobody traded this. Someone just put 50K down and now it's running. Tony, welcome. We don't know. Trump, I think later today, he said he's going to do something with Netanyahu. Trump to focus on AI, minerals, energy, and trade at G7. Senior U.S. official comments at Trump goals at G7 meeting. Okay, another battalion. You guys pick up on it right now if you want, if you're into that shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to do it, but I'm giving you the info. These fucking crackheads, they're just finding small cap energy names and then throwing in the fat order and then flipping it. That's how they start the pumps on these. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're going to look. Anything small, oil, energy, not traded, that's going to just start moving. And then you got Trump official talking at G7 about the goals. Now Google, that's a second pop I've seen on that. Yeah, Google's about to go green. Indo, that was the other. We've played Indo before. All of them, bro. All these little energy ones. So again, look for these. Look at Battalion, and then look at GBR. If it looks like this and has oil or energy in the name, somebody gonna throw 50K, 100K at it and try to get a flip on it. So that's all you. I'm not touching it, but I'm just telling you how it works. So don't get mad at me, bro. That is all you. Again, Google is waking up very odd. Google kind of looking like news. Now Iraq and then Cassie, that's oil again. Oh no, that's pharma. All right, well, if you find any shitty oil, good luck and be safe. Welcome to fucking hot potato. NATO commitment timing wording still discussed. Starmer will accept 3.5 defense spending. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. God bless America.
Expectations just came down, but they're still very, very high in the fives on the inflation side, on the consumer surveys. So I think we're going to be in this territory for quite some time. And by the way, these are normal interest rates historically. They could pressure higher. We'll have to see what happens on the inflation front in particular, and oil prices are leading us there. They depressed the last read on inflation, the last CPI, and also the PPI. So we're just going to have to see how this works its way through.
A lot of attention lately on the so-called soft data, which is consumer sentiment and inflation expectations, because there was a big drop in sentiment after tariffs and a big spike in inflation expectations. Today's report showed the opposite. And Richard, when you break this down, it is so partisan. For instance, June, Democrats sentiment 40, Republican sentiment 94.2. The same goes for inflation expectations. How much stock should the Fed really be putting in these numbers?
I don't think they put much in the political numbers. By the way, the Fed is the opposite of political, and everyone I know in that
no, but they talk about inflation expectations.
Well, Sarah, be careful of instant analysis. These are new numbers. You have to sort through them. You have to think about them, and you have to see how long they're likely to continue. Again, total conditions of uncertainty right now, and that's difficult to make a monetary policy decision. unless they see something in the credit markets that we're not seeing because they can read the entrails better than we can. But if this leads to disruption in the credit markets, then they're going to have to act.
Stagflation, how big of a risk?
It's a risk. I keep a picture of Paul Volcker. You can't see it behind me, but it's a big one. A note he wrote to me many, many years ago before he died. And we have to have that kind of steady hand, willing to take risk, but also to brave political pressure, which he did. And I think Powell is doing a very, very good job of that right now.
Okay, want to see the picture sometime. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate the time.
Sir. Thanks for having me.
Former Dallas Fed.
Adios.
When we come back this morning, what today's developments in the Middle East mean for defense stocks when we continue in a minute.
Down. All right, something happened. As if oil drops, then everyone's going to calm down. Yeah, oil just took a stick. I'm not buying it yet, but the volatility plays won't come down. Only thing that's moved is the SPY puts. The other ones will not move at all. And then Oracle's still going there. And now Palant, so I don't see the headline. President Trump, no, that's the old one. IRGC, the gates of hell will soon open for Israel. Yeah, bro, remember I was telling you guys last night? Every time Iran threatens, the market gets a bid. Just because they're not doing something. I'm telling you, bro, it's wild. Every time Iran is, we will punish you very swiftly with a force, with a major force retaliation. We will bring the gates of hell. The market just rips every time. Trump, Iran officials are calling me to discuss the situation. STX and AMD now, the chips wanted to go. No, Israeli military says it began to deploy reservists from different units to combat arenas nationwide. So hold on though, as you are seeing the Trump one, Israel is putting out another headline about expanding. Did you hear what they said? They planned it. Like, it's crazy. So, like, the guy was talking about it, the ambassador this morning. He said they knew they, like, infiltrated the Iranian government to a degree, and they knew how to get them to meet, and they knew how to get them to sit in a spot. That's what he said. It's insane. So they did something, and they knew that if they did a certain set of steps, it would cause all of these leaders to meet into a location. And they knew that. And then they also knew how to keep them there. Why is that crucial? So they found a way to get every military leader into specific locations, and then they knew how to get them there and stay there for enough time to get all of the attacks there. So, kind of crazy. IDF reservist deployment, part of defense offensive preparations. It is. Well, and then I said it yesterday on Twitter. I have another theory, but because that's what I'm saying. Like the way they did 1, 2, 3, it's like, yo. Well, that was actually what I just told you. It was the Israeli ambassador to America. He said that this morning on Bloomberg. So yeah, you could go and hear it if you would like. He said it this morning. I was shocked. I said, damn. And that's why right now Israel is touting their capabilities. You realize that, right? That's scary. If you are that's a different level, bro. That's why Israel is saying, go ahead, you can attack us back. You better think about it, because we know where you're moving, we know how to get you to move, and we know how to get you to stay. That's insane. That's why people, I don't know if I could speak to it. I don't have the experience and the wherewithal, but some people are saying that they have never seen a military attack like this, where it essentially like decapitated, that's the headline they're using, all of the Iranian like leaders, the National Guard, Air Force and like one of their other chief of staffs or whatever. They, like you've never seen something like that, where opposition took out every oppositional leader in one move. So that's why it's like, whoa. And that's why they're saying it. They know Iran's going to attack, but they are touting this intelligence ability that they have, because now they're just, look at what they just did. That doesn't occur. It's never occurred. Yeah, I think it stems from that. So again, this is kind of like the pager thing, where they hacked, again, they infiltrated the manufacturing. That's what I'm saying. Right now, Israel, they have somebody in Iran, and they know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. So they have like I'm saying, that's what the guy said this morning. He was literally like, bro, we got them to go to these buildings. They knew exactly how to get them to move, and then they got them to wait there. It's wild. So that's it. Again, the assumption is that they have somebody infiltrated to get that to happen, kind of like the pager, because the pager thing, they infiltrated the manufacturer, and they found a way from the manufacturer, so it looked like they didn't do anything, and then they had it lay dormant. Arrow, isn't that the IPO? Laura Luma, Rumble endorsement. Rumble and Chris have been loyal to President Trump. Arrow. Okay, UAL, little oil drop. Airlines are liking it. That wasn't Netanyahu who talked about it. Let me see if I can find the clip for you. Yeah, here it is. This guy. I will show you the whole clip. I'll let him say it.
Israel launching another round of attacks on several locations in Iran. President Trump reportedly telling ABC, quote, "I think it's been excellent and there's more to come." Joining us now to discuss is Danny Danon, the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations. Ambassador, good morning.
To the UN,
Thank you for having me, Jonathan.
Thank you for sharing some of your time with us, because I'm sure you've been exceptionally busy. Let's just talk about where things stand right now. Is this operation ongoing, and ultimately, what are the goals?
Well, the goals are very clear. We want to make sure that Iran will not pose a threat, not only against Israel, but against the entire Western civilization. And specifically, we have two main goals: to eliminate the nuclear capabilities and to stop the production of ballistic missiles. And let me elaborate on that. It's not only the nuclear weapons. We all know about the uranium enrichment and about that they're getting very close to put a bomb together. But look at what they're doing with the ballistic missiles. They wanted to be at the same level of the US and Russia in terms of the quantity and the technology of the ballistic missiles. We couldn't allow it to happen. We got intel about their intentions to create another attack against Israel. We all remember what happened on October 7th, but this time they wanted to use thousands of ballistic missiles and invade into Israel with their proxies. So it was a preemptive attack. So we will continue.
Check J&J. They got a CAR T cell therapy, encouraging results, B-cell lymphoma drug.
Until we will be sure that we eliminated those two capabilities.
How sure are you right now?
Well, we will have to wait and see the result of the attack of last night.
I know, man. Don't make y'all keep tempting me, bro. You know how close I am to making a fizzy bubbler joke right now? Okay, do you want this video up or not? Okay, stop.
It was a major attack. More than 200 aircrafts participated in the attack. Many targets, many senior military officials were eliminated last night. And we will continue until we will know that Iran is in the point that they cannot continue with their, we saw what happened in Iran. The people are suffering there. They have no heat in the winter, no AC in the summer. They are suffering there. But our goal is to eliminate the capabilities of Iran so they will not be able to threaten us.
That's why you have to
look at the
listen
map.
to get to it.
We have no border with Iran. It takes us hours to fly there in order to attack those facilities. But still, they spend billions of dollars to create threats against Israel.
This nuclear enrichment is deep into the mountains. How long will that victory actually take? And it's called Rising Lion. Why is that?
Well, every time we pick a name when we have a military operation, sometimes the computer is doing it for us. So there is no real meaning for the word of the operation. But I would say that IAEA published recently that Iran has enough uranium to create not only one bomb, multiple bombs. So it was a matter of days to put it together. We decided not to wait, not to take that risk. We believed the threat of the Iranian. When they said that they're going to use those ballistic missiles to destroy Israel, we took it very seriously.
How much did the Israeli government brief the U.S. government?
So we talked with the U.S., but this decision was decided in Jerusalem. And we took that decision independently, not for the first time. In the 80s, I want to remind you, we attacked the nuclear reactor in Iraq. We took the decision by ourselves when we attacked the reactor in Syria. I think it will serve the US and other Western democracies, but it was a decision that was made in Israel.
Do you think the United States will come to not just the Israeli defense, but potentially if you're needing help with more attacks, if this continues for days and weeks?
Well, since the day Israel was established, we never asked the US to fight for us. We know how to fight and we know how to defeat our enemies. We have heard threats that the Iranians are threatening the US targets, they are threatening the allies of the US
and you're closing your embassy, right?
So we take precautions in different places around the world. We are aware of the threats, but we will continue. Also in Israel, we have to be honest. In Israel today, we are getting ready for serious attacks coming from Iran. It will be very intense in Israel in the next few days. We are prepared. The population. And this operation, it's not only about the bravery of the pilots, it's about the population in Israel. They will have to follow the guidelines in order to avoid casualties.
Ambassador, as you know, the United States has distanced themselves from this in the last 24 hours and said they weren't part of the attack. What's not clear to us is whether they assisted in the defense of Israel. Did they?
Oh, yeah, I was muted. I said, as Israeli, he says battle isn't over. And then Netanyahu warns against euphoria after the strike on Iran. Yeah, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Have capabilities, and we are.
Did they assist you when they sent over drones from Iran to Israel? Did you receive any help from partners outside of Israel?
Well, as far as I know, that we were able to deal with the drones by ourselves. In a way. But we have to realize, the threat is not only against Israel. As I said earlier, Iran is threatening the allies of the US in the Gulf. So we have the capabilities. I'm not sure they have the same capabilities.
Are you worried about an asymmetrical response from Iran?
Well, we took into consideration that there will be retaliation, Anne-Marie.
Will it be proportional?
Well, they know that we have capabilities as well. So they will have to think, twice before they attack us and what they are doing. And I would say that today we can reach every target in Iran.
Listen.
We have the control in terms of our pilots.
Do you have intent to reach every target?
Well, we have the capability. We focused on the goal I mentioned earlier, the ballistic missile infrastructure and the nuclear facilities.
How long will that take if you were to reach every target?
Well, it's not going to be a short operation. And it will
so is it weeks or months?
No, I wouldn't say months, but it can take days or weeks.
How lonely is Israel at the United Nations at the moment?
Well, I will let you know in a few minutes when I go there, Jonathan, but it's going to be tough for us. Iran already called for the Security Council to meet. Probably it will happen this afternoon. But I will tell my colleagues at the UN, where were you in the last 10 years when Iran threatened Israel? Where were you when they sent ballistic missiles? Where were you when they actually acquired the nuclear capabilities? So, words will not stop Iran. Israel will.
The international response, Saudi Arabia calling it heinous, the NATO Secretary General calling for de-escalation, the UN Secretary General calling for maximum restraint. Do you think there is a diplomatic route when it comes to dealing with this regime?
Well, I think that, always you have the diplomatic act.
No, I'm not doing the voice. Again, the capability, he elaborated on it too on another one. But that's what they keep touting it. And that is going to be the next thing. That's where it's like, it's creepy. Because I think they are on another level right now. I don't think this is the same Israel that you're used to. Because, like, whatever they've done in the last few years, bro, I think they have been literally just penetrating everybody's defense of their quote-unquote enemies. Because it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, that's why I say the capabilities they keep. There was another one, the same dude. He gave a warning. He was, like, taunting them. And he was just like, dude, we know where you are. We know how to get you there. So go. That's why he said, he was like, we're not trying to get the people to, they want a revolution, but they're saying they don't. They're saying we don't want the people to do this, but he says we just know we know where everybody is. So long story short, bipolar, what? Okay, yeah, I'm done. All right. Very, very wild, bro. Well, Iran can't, again, like he's saying, Iran has to think before they respond. That's what I was saying. I think they cut that. There was a clip of him talking about think before response. That wasn't in that one. But he literally, like, not even him, Israel, they've taken out every leader. So, dude, if you want to mount a counterattack, you have to have a second or third in command and promote them to the top spot and have them execute a plan. It's crazy. It's possible, but that just made it very difficult, and it causes a lot of commotion. Just imagine if the Iran military right now is probably like, there's probably a lot of confusion, and they're definitely united under their plan, and they're probably going to strike back, but you just had, again, multiple leaders of multiple parts of that operation taken out all at the same time. Rush to the top. But that doesn't matter. It just means that whatever attack Iran does, it's probably going to be less sophisticated and strategic. See what I'm saying? You just had your minds and your brain, and you had all these guys planning, right? They just cut off 6 heads of 6 different snakes all at once. So yes, they're going to attack. You could put anybody, you could rush it, but it doesn't have the same. It's all intelligence. Like, that's what I'm saying, that you just took out leaders who have been in this conflict for their whole entire lives. And that, you know what I'm saying? They know the enemy, they've seen, and they probably have stuff they haven't even shared with anybody, and now they're gone. And then now, so it's a very big win for Israel, because now that's what I'm saying. This came out of nowhere. We all knew they were going to attack, and everybody was talking about it ahead of this, but I don't think we knew they were going to do it like that. And that was it was very swift. Well, nothing has changed from last night till now. You've heard a lot of comments, talks, people saying this, that, we support this, that, yibbity bobbity boo, but nothing really developed, and SPY is just halfway. You're in between the loss of yesterday, the low, and then, yeah, here we are now. Bibsy, Israel UN envoy, we don't know how long operation will take. You're just used to, like, lately, anytime Israel or Iran said they were going to attack, it's been very symbolic. They like make noise, they say you're going to attack, then they drop it. Nothing really like changes. After yesterday, you just lost multiple heads of the Iranian military. That was a little bit different. And then again, the way it happened and how, and then exposing the vulnerabilities of Iran, it's kind of a game changer. But then again, you should be asking yourself what this does to prices of oil and then how that leads into the economy. But we will see. AIRO, I think that's the IPO. Pizza. I want good options on there to get cheaper, but they won't. There's a short week next week. Yeah, maybe, again, July's have been very good. And then remember Powell. That's what got us here. Okay, bonds going lower. So see if oil makes a move or if the market wants to get bullish off of it. It's one or the other now. But you're back above 6,000 with no real resistance. Oh, pizza. Yeah, you got to pop on pizza. The options won't get valuable, though. Like, they're doing the pizza what they're doing to the SQs. Dude, you got back to 6,000 easy. I thought after you were down over 100 points on the futures, it would have been difficult, but nope. Gold on the low now. All right. Tensions are dying a little bit. Look, gold is dropping. Oil dropped prior to. You're back to open, but now you're back to open with lower oil, lower gold, essentially. So the fear is dying down a little bit until you get the next headline. But yeah. ALMU looks like Almu. June 9th. Oh, Juneteenth. Down to 180 from 206. Completely sober all year. Hitting my protein intake. Going to the gym 4 times a week. Feeling good. Long-term growing. Planning on buying a home. Side effects may include weight loss, feeling good, protein, getting a lot of money, holding it, having a plan for a future, and owning your first home, and maybe multiple. I love it. That's the goal. Amen. Amen, bro. Amen. Do you feel me now? Like you feel me, brother. I think you feel me now. You might feel it. You don't remember? I was thinking about this the other day. You don't remember? You don't remember? And that's why. Look, go. Did I tweet it? Did I tweet thank you, Donald Trump? You guys know I love Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. Donald John Trump. I love Donald John Trump. Thank you, Donald. I love Donald. You know why? I don't really love him like that, but I love that it bothers you. I do. I like that now. Because I'm glad. I need it. I need you to know. Because you don't remember what I told y'all in the last year? It was part of my realization. Where you would speak the truth to people, and they would ask you if you're okay. You would speak the truth to people, they would ask you if you're stable. You would speak the truth to people that was objectively true, and they would try to manipulate your emotions or life against you or your beliefs, right? And that's why it was the end of last year, and I said it. I said, bro, You guys are over here. You are drinking, you are doing drugs, you're jerking your dick 5 times a day, you're getting involved in all of this, you don't even go to the gym, you don't even eat right, and you have the audacity to ask me how I feel? Come on. You asking me if I'm stable? Come on. So you feel me now, brother. I love that message, because that's what I'm saying, bro. Clear all the noise out and live a good, healthy life, bro. You're going to feel, you see what life is. Life is good, bro. And there is a lot of stuff we have weighed ourselves down with, and the world likes to come at you in a certain way, and it tries to make it seem a certain way, but yeah. I think you feel me now. Clarity, bro. And real happiness and joy, bro. But you got to take care of yourself. And you guys have to. And you have to. And don't be surprised. Are you drinking your water? Are you living healthy? Are you doing healthy stuff for yourself? And dude, it affects how you interact with people, you behave, everything. So, I don't know, man. That should sound familiar. And I love to hear that, bro. I'm very proud of you. So keep it up, man. That's what I'm saying. And that's one more, baby. That's one more. One more for clarity and growth and gains, bro. Alrighty, and then 10 more minutes till Euro close. India and Canada reach deal to share intel on terrorism crime. Alright, you're back to open. Those SPY puts are still up. My volatility plays came down, but there's not as much. That's why I went with them. It went down 10%. That's crazy, bro. You just moved 0.5% in 30 minutes. More you cheered him on. Yeah, well, I mean, I support the dude in many, many ways, and I appreciate him. I do, and I don't mince words about that. Just as of lately too, though. Listen, I've been very nice to people, but I genuinely, I am glad that my love for Trump is getting people to fade my shit, and they're missing out. I enjoy that, because that's the problem. And I don't want you guys to miss out, but it highlights how if you keep living like that, bro, you guys are going to miss out the opportunity to build your future. Because believe me, I support Trump and I'm involved in the politics. I know what's going on, but I use it to take care of myself and my family. And I've always told you guys that from day one. And I would love to see you guys do it. And you know, that's the idea. That's why in a hard environment, we are thriving objectively, and we have called it out all in advance. So that's what I'm saying, bro. If you want to be hateful and mean and let that cause you to miss out and go against me and all that, good. Because my brother, you are the only one paying for it. That's it. All my people are loving it, and we are taking it home, and it doesn't require you to be a blinded Trump supporter, and I will call out Trump and the other stuff as I have, but the goal here is to protect your future and secure it. So I really hope y'all do, but at the same time, I mean, this is a lesson, and I hope you learn it, because no one's gonna care, and all these people trying to get you to support their politics, they don't care either. You know that? Even if I supported Donald Trump and didn't do what I did and I fall behind, Donald Trump and the Republicans ain't gonna care about me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about them like that. I care about my people. I care about me and my family. That's it. And God above all else. So get with it. As Euro close, we're getting ready for it. I think after Euro close, UNSC to hold emergency meeting at request of Iranian foreign minister. UN Security Council. Okay, so at what? 3 o'clock. State Department, U.S. citizens should not travel to Iran. Depart Iran immediately, says United States. Oracle, did I set your sale? I did. Because I didn't make it free after I bought it. Or I think I did. I don't know. But then I just wanted 1,000%. I take at least 1 out of 1,000%. That's it. Because that way I'm just hitting 1,000% every fucking week. But hey, we won't talk about that. But at the end of the day, you need to let go. That's it. You guys have watched me murder plays. Absolutely kill it. What, 2 weeks ago, I cashed out 10,000%? You remember that? Core weave? And then I hit another 2,000-3,000er on Nibis. So guess what though? Who gives a fuck? And this is what I'm telling you. You need to let go. So all of you guys have watched me in front of thousands of people sell early and just fucking miss out. And then you've watched me kill it. You've watched me fail. You've watched me do all of it. Let me remind you, I don't give a fuck. Neither should you. What I'm trying to tell you in a really practical way to help your trading is simply you need to stop thinking so much about selling early or not. And even if you do, who gives a fuck? What you need to drop it, take your money. The objective is win, get paid, walk away richer. Let's go to the next one. The harvest is plenty. That's it. I'm telling you. That's how I've done it. I don't give a fuck. I like 1,000%. I get more than one of them if they're cheap enough. Take my 1,000%. We either let it ride, ghetto spread it. Again, all we got to do is be adequate. You are never going to reach perfection. That's why you should seek the Lord. But that's another topic too. So either way, like I'm telling you, let go. I know this sounds like my philo, but this is so trading, bro. And people don't get it. Like, let go. Like, for real, you got to let go of this. I don't know what you're trying to be, and I don't know what other people have given you the image of, but you need to, like, who cares? You need to be good, and you need to win. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell you to lollygag. I'm not trying to tell you not to be competitive or not win. I want you to win. I want to win. We got to fucking win and win more and never lose. You are going to lose, though, and be ready and prepare for it, but you got to have an ambition, a locked-in nature. You need to be so involved in it, but at the end of the day, you cannot be gripping tight to it, where you get what I'm saying. Again, this was a philo 3 days ago, but it's really for trading. You cannot be holding on to perfection and trying to maximize all of it when the reality, I've done it every week. I could find an opportunity every week. That means so can you. So it's not just about me. But that's a good thing to know deep down, is that you're not limited to just one. We will get an opportunity again, but you just gotta just go with focus on success, focus on winning, focus on getting more money, getting your money back. And that, if you accomplish that, we won. You see what I'm saying? You keep winning, you're gonna keep winning. That's what I'm saying. Say whatever you want, motherfucker. I keep winning. I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter what you want. I win, motherfucker. I win. Do you want to win? So there you go. That's what matters. And trust me, you're going to get your way into these opportunities. Some of them you're going to sell too early. Some of them you won't. But who gives a shit? We want to win. We want to get more money, right? Is that why you're here? Is that why you picked up the stock market? I would say so. If not, then you might need to reevaluate. But then again, you need to, I love it. I love winning, and I aim and I strive to achieve it, but I don't rely on it. Isn't that weird? Do you see the contradiction? You got to learn to live in it, my brother, the cross. So yeah, that's what it is. And I think if you let go of that pressure, your mind is going to be able to really focus on what you need. You see what I'm saying? Clear mentality. Just straight, clear-headed, bro. Stop with the noise. Stop with the imagination. You see? Cast down imaginations. Because this is what I was saying with the money thing in the houses. Too many Chads, like, they want to lever. Oh, I got money. Let me loan against the money so I could get another loan. It's like, dude, that's an imagination. In your mind, you're creating these plans and pressures that is adding a whole nother element to the game. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm playing a completely different game than y'all are playing. I don't give a fuck about it, and I'm using a certain amount of money. I'm lollygagging, but I'm focused. Do you see what it's a whole different element as I'm playing it. I'm not dealing with You guys are fighting 5 new enemies in trading that you created. You see what I'm saying? You're fighting your rent, you're fighting the pressure to look a certain way, and then you're fighting the pressure of I need to make it, I keep selling out. How do I become, you see what I'm saying, bro? That's, trading is hard as is. So why add all of the pressure of, oh my gosh, I need to hit everything perfectly. Oh my gosh, I keep selling out early. Oh, ignore the fact that I won and focus on not winning more? Again, it's imaginary craziness, bro. So, yeah, that's all you got to do, bro. I genuinely hope that little rant helps you all. And I'm not just saying it. I mean it like practical. I've done it myself. It works, bro. But again, it's one of those, some Jedi shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is all in your head right now. And you do have to find a way to do it. You really do. You have to get out of your head. And this is it. This is one of those game changers too, though. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has the ability. Everybody, I'm giving y'all the same info. Everybody got the info. But again, that thing in your head, your mind, that battlefield, you need to unleash it. But if it's reacting to all these other chains, then yeah, it's not. It's hard. That is the challenge. Okay, VIX is down. The plays now, they went down 15%. I'm happy with that. Like I'm saying, this isn't, and then the other SPY puts, they're at 5%. Not bad. Oracle's still at 1,000. Jeez. Now Bank's on the high. Hey, I'm dizzy. Yeah, the chips were leading. Uber now. SPY's up, bro. Actually, it's not green, but this is higher than... I can't believe this, actually. But this is what I expected from yesterday. I was like, bro, we should have faded all this. So, yeah, watch out for it. Well, I'm trying to see the premium because like I told you, I said it'll go green. The puts will be green, but they're like holding it, kind of coming down. I like the volatility ones though. Like I'm saying, it looks like you still are gonna get a weird hold. I think this is all just to rise premiums ahead of Powell. The pizza, I have heard that, yeah. There's a Twitter that tracks it. They track activity of pizza locations next to the White House in DC, and anytime there's like a huge activity, it means something's going down. Oh, dude, I have crazy tin. Bro. Dog, I got the most mind-blowing tin. Dude, do you know who gave me the tin? My girl. Oh, dude. No. There's one in Washington, D.C. So there's the Pentagon one, and then there's an index for D.C. with all the pizza locations. It's both. Bro, I got crazy tin. I want something for it. No, I ain't giving this out. I need something for it. What do I don't know what I want, though. And that's a philo right there. But, let's see. Okay, I want 100 tags on Twitter. I need 100 tags on Twitter that says hashtag Uncle called it. Uncle called it. Go. I need to see 100. Oh, wait. Twitter's down. Oh, dude. It's a crazy tin. I've reached my daily limits for this action? What? No. I just want you to. I need 100 mentions. That's it. I need Uncle called it. I ain't got one. All right. See, this is why. And then my non-members. This is what I was saying yesterday. If you want me to free the chat, I need involvement. I need we working as one, all together, bro. That's what I'm talking about. You want the free shit ahead? I'll give it to you. I don't mind. Well, I need cohesion. I need the cult, baby. No, this tin is crazy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15. I need 80 more. Oh, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay, I got 48. 49, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, yeah. Wait, I just started counting in tens. I'm getting way too hyped. Okay, give me 10 more. I lost count. But yeah, you guys did it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. All my non-members, y'all, let's get into the cult, baby. That's what I'm looking for. I want everybody in. We move as one. Oh, do your part. You want the plays? I can post every play I make. You know that. I did it for 5 years. Cohesion. Work together. Army is one. Oh, they don't feel me. All right, are you ready? I'm going to give you the tin now. Here's the deal. Here's the tin, bro. Crazy. A guy, my girl showed me this 6 months ago. There is an auto guy, and I'm going to verify this. I'm going to use because I got crazy data analytics tools, so I'm going to do it, all right? I'll figure this out. But 6 months ago, the car people in the Middle East, they noticed that there was a major uptick in the Middle East countries buying Toyotas, and cheap Toyotas. They insinuated, this guy said World War III is going to start. I agree with it. I had to explain this to my girlfriend. She didn't get it. Yeah, bro. So literally the tinfoil, based on the sales of Toyotas to the Middle East, you can insinuate conflict about to happen or not. I think it's legit. That's why I said I'm going to run my own data set on this and see what I could pull. But I think it makes a lot of sense intuitively. Does that make sense to you? Think about it. Saudi, bro, they buy a lot of nice cars and all that. But when they start spending money and then they fund all these things and start buying like T100 Toyotas, they're prepping armies, dude. They're prepping up militias and all of that. Isn't that crazy? So she showed me, this was 7 months ago. These auto guys were talking about it. And I was like, what? I didn't see it. And then she was like, wait, how does that? She asked me, and I was like, holy fuck. I said, no, that's genius. I said, no, that makes a lot of sense. Fucking T100s, bro. Yeah, like, think about it. It blew my mind. So yeah, I hope that tin was worth it. And way to show out. There you go. Hey, man, that's all I want. I want cohesion, bro. That's what I'm saying. Y'all trying to argue with me. Y'all trying to fight against the code. That's fine. We'll just go where we need to. Y'all want to be a part? Let's really be a part of it. As one. Come on. Oh, I love it, though. Y'all did good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it, baby. I love it. See? I'm going to find the data, though. I'm going to see that because you can verify it geography-wise. But if that's true, it's creepy. It makes too much sense. It makes way too much sense. Core weave going. Yeah, Trump says Iran has suffered devastating hit. Unclear if Iran still has a nuclear program. And then Marines in Los Angeles move to federal building. Will take over full operations at the location today. Trump still has U.S. meeting planned on Sunday, but says he's not sure if it'll take place. And then phone interview with Reuters. It's not too late for Iran to make a deal. And then U.S. Marines will focus on protecting property and personnel in L.A. Isn't that funny? I was telling you, man. Now, in a weird way, I guess, now that the heightened risk of terrorist attacks, I'm sure maybe having the military near port cities wasn't that bad of an idea. No gang. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading
Ahead of the
Real
Fed's
Cold News
next
on
meeting,
Twitter.
which is next
Tesla.
week. That says gold and oil prices spike following Iran's strike last night.
Trump
Israel's
says we
strike
knew
last
everything
night on
about
Iran.
Israel's
Joining
strike.
us now with her
I tried to
expectations
save
is former
Iran
Federal Reserve
humiliation
Vice
and
Chair,
death.
also former NEC Director under President Biden, Lael
I
Brainerd.
knew. I tried to
It's great
stop
have
them. I
you.
tried to help them
Lael,
out.
How do you think this
I gave them the
complicates
watch
picture for the
list,
Fed?
but they wanted to
Good
fight
to
about
be here.
politics. I tried to
so
save
I
them.
do think this
The
is
embarrassment
a
of not having a
last-minute
long-term
complication as the
But
Fed
it is
heads
what it
into
is.
their meeting next week. Policy
Hey, Bird.
uncertainty was already high, and now you're adding geopolitical risks into the mix. Stagflationary risks from a potential oil price shock that could be a drag on global growth and U.S. growth, depending on how much escalation and how long this takes. So it certainly makes the wait-and-see strategy that the Federal Reserve has been engaged in the least regret strategy going into this meeting and likely into next month as well.
Does it mean that they will wait even longer than even the market expected? I mean, the market was starting to price in Fed cuts in the fall.
So I think it really depends. As you know, the big policy uncertainties that are holding the Fed back, first, tariff levels, and secondly, the tax bill. Both of those are supposed to be resolved in the next 3 weeks. July 4th for the tax bill, July 9th for the tariffs. I don't know if we'll see certainty there, but now you're adding in potential volatility in global markets and oil prices that could last longer than a few days. It could stretch into weeks. And so they will certainly want to take that information into account.
What's your best guess as to when they can start cutting again?
So my sense is that the recent data really does give them more confidence that underlying inflation is moving back down to trend. We got preliminary results from the Michigan survey this morning. Obviously, inflation expectations are so important in an environment where tariffs are going to raise inflation. Now you have the potential for oil prices to raise inflation, and you're seeing a softening labor market, whether it's that increase in initial claims, the 4-week moving average, or also the payrolls data, which was sort of firm or steady on the surface, but weakening underneath the surface. All of those things would pull up a rate cut potentially, but the uncertainty is probably pushing it out. I think the conundrum, of course, for the Fed is the...
That's Lael Brainerd, remember? Crazy Eyes? Yeah. All right, you're going up. The puts are still green, barely though. So that's it. That's it. They killed some of the volatility. It's still elevated. I don't think this is over, bro. It's Friday. You have many gaps to fill now, but yeah, this is just a level, sadly. But yeah, everything launched up. Again, let me add some liquidity, bro. That's good though, but the premium, it only went down 20. That's why I'm like, bro, it feels like a walk down, but then again, we did expect some duddiness from this. Yeah, either way, not even halfway done, baby. 8:40. Hopefully you guys do push-ups. You stand up. I'm already standing up. Bro, my legs are sore, bro. I have a long week, man. Jay Powell he might do a hedge fund, or he probably works for PIMCO. Everybody ends up working for PIMCO. PIMCO is just the Fed. If you guys don't know, everybody at PIMCO is from the Fed at one point. Most of their big guys. And then, yeah, but other than that, I have no idea. But it's sad, though, because I just think, like we talked about, and even Donald Trump repeated it after I told you guys, literally, it's just like, dude, it sucks that if we replace Powell, we do get a good situation. That's why it's just like, it's really odd. Because I like Powell a lot. And I think, again, in early days, without Powell, bro, I mean, I think he did a very good job. And I think that man, you know, he was the guy we needed. It just, I think the politics poisoned him. But I don't know what he's thinking now. But it's like, doesn't matter because, like I'm telling you, the obvious answer is, you know, any replacement would be lowering the rates. And it has nothing to do with like stocks or anything like that. We're just talking straight up $1 trillion a year in interest for Americans, when you can do ways to avoid this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could lower it for a little bit, raise it if it comes up. You could change the structure. You could change the debt in the, you know, the very unsustainable way that Yellen structured it. You could alter that. You know what I'm saying? You really, really can. But Powell's the gatekeeper, and he's stubbornly not allowing that to happen. Being sleep is good, bro. Rest, man. You deserve it, bro. Relax a little. That's it. You know, don't wear yourself out. What benefit? I think he just has to keep up the lie. That's it. He lied in September, or I think he knows it was disingenuous. And so he's just playing the game now so it looks normal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just speculating, but like I'm saying, this one's odd, you know? Pizza. I don't know, is it still running up? There's some cheap options, so I'm looking, but they're still like at the same range. But again, like I said, the next couple of days, you're going to hear back and forth. We haven't got a confirmation yet. Company hasn't responded, nor has Apollo. Buyer or bidder, or buying or bought, hasn't commented. Because of, well, no, I mean, they have credibility in the Fed sense. They don't have credibility for normal people like you and me, you know, because we're like, what the fuck? But in the context of like when the Wall Street says Fed credibility, they are talking toward guidance and sticking with it, sadly. And in that by that definition, the Fed is extremely credible. That's how I've even made some moves, because of their credibility. You know what I'm saying? So they're just, again, just some disingenuous, and maybe they just talk too much. But at this point, they are costing the American people a literal unnecessary amount. It's just not necessary. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think if you lowered rates, I don't think it would cause anything except for lower interest payments, because the market is willing to sell and go up 20-30% off of feelings. All right, bro, you're ripping now. It's getting very, very active on the high ticker. CoreWeave, all the other ones, Russell, you're still down about 1%. SPY is doing the best. Equal weight and SPY are matched up. NASDAQ still down 0.5%. Dow and Russell, it's still down quite a bit. Yeah, Oracle. Now the airlines are bouncing because oil chilled out. I think the dollar has to be unwinding. Yeah, this is all the dollar unwinding. So yeah, I'm not buying it, bro. Hold on. I hinted at this in the morning, because remember, the weird part about yesterday, gold and everything went up and the dollar strengthened. The bad shit has been leading to the dollar going down. So now I think you're running on the dollar up, but everything else is still kind of fucked. So now, yeah, you got back to red, You're not even green, but now you're going to have the same situation with a weak dollar. You understand? That wasn't the same as last night. Last night you had a strong dollar on the conflict. So yeah, that's why I think this is kind of odd. Or just kind of, it's volatility. It's not even odd. It's just, I think we got to work this out. Somebody's lagging or leading, and I don't know who. So you get what I'm saying? Either the dollar or bonds are lagging or leading, and I don't think you could answer that right now. But that is definitely, it has an impact, both short-term and mid-term. So yeah, fascinating. But then, again, welcome to volatility based off geopolitics. Early in reports claim that Cood forces for overseeing has been killed. Damn. Bro, they even got the bench players? That's crazy. GDP 2.3 versus 2.34 versus 2.33. Umana on the high. Okay, the SPY puts are still up by 1%. They're about to go break even now. I thought they would be green if we were green, but maybe. And then the oracles are going up even more. That one was money. Oh, yo, and Google. Hold on. Old Google premiums are climbing. Yeah, hold on. Google's just melting. Yeah, if you could get any other big tech. Or I don't think it was that good, but it was. Oracle, they had a big guide, and then it's the vibe that everybody needs them, and people are saying Oracle's back. Because again, Oracle used to be huge. So this whole like demand for leasing data centers is massive. So it was good in the guiding up 40-50% more. That's not small. So it was good, but I don't think it was like, again, it's already elevated and, you know, trading at a crazy rate, but it wasn't, it was definitely attractive to say the least. Yeah, Nvidia's coming up again. Google, you got the melt. SPY's there. White for it. SPY puts are about going break even now. They're still technically green. Okay, high ticker's on full gas. 30-second one. It's like 90% full gas. So yeah, last 5 minutes, bro. You could see it. Bro, that's a 50-60 point move in an hour. Hour and 20. Everything's still red though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, damn. Tariff pauses are over soon, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what. Remember, this was the China headline too, the agriculture, but I don't know. Wait till we get a really good trade headline and we'll see. Because I'm expecting the market to react to it, but then you just have this overhang. But yeah, in the next couple days, and then G7 first, but like beginning of July pretty much. End of this month. So you got 2 weeks. But if you haven't had any progress now, I mean, that's kind of been the, that's why they started early, but if we get closer to the deadline with nothing, then I think some people are expecting it's going to lapse. So some countries will have a higher tariff by July. ERJ and then Breyer? Yo, what's up with that? ERJ. That's a plane maker. Odd. Contract's already jacked. You can't hit it. You can, but you're going to pay 100% premium off top. Don't touch the daily. Or June 20th isn't a daily. But yeah, the asks are insane. Well, that's big. In Breyer, ERJ, 3%. It's a plane maker. Washington informed Baghdad it will respond to any factions targeting its interest. U.S. forces shot down 3 marches near Ain al-Assad base in western Iraq. And just like that, the U.S. is involved. So now, yeah, we're threatening to clap anybody who comes near us in the Middle East now. That just came out from Al Arabia. I think you guys should prepare for Powell. That's what I've been saying from yesterday. So that preparation, it got us really prepared. Make no mistake, I'm telling you. It slipped my mind, and then I was like, oh, dude, it's SCP. So summary of economic projections is going to be big. And I just really think that we've melted up a lot. Market's in like a waiting price range. You could see it from oil to stocks like I showed you on the watch list. And that's why I'm like, it's not, although this is a serious topic and a serious unexpected event, I just don't, I'm going to keep my eyes on Powell, as odd as that may sound. Again, this stuff, we know how to react to it. And again, we even talked about oil and gold and all that, but usually it affects the market for small. Global politics, unless it's like a legitimate big war like Russia-Ukraine, even then we faded that eventually. So I'm not going to base my trades around this too much. We made a couple gambles and all that, but like anything you hear me doing, my volatility plays, anything that I'm thinking about Powell, I'm being very clear about this. And I said it yesterday. So again, that's the beauty of it, is that if you are really looking ahead and planning and preparing, it'll cover you for this bullshit. But either way, that I do think Powell, that's what you think about this weekend. I'm not thinking, again, this is a tragedy. We'll see what ends up happening, and it could add to the market or take away a little bit, but all that matters is Powell on Wednesday. So yeah, and if you could hone in on that, I think you're going to be better off than not. Because the guys who are focusing on this, you might get caught off guard when we have next week, or if trade deals and you're like, how come it's up? You see what I'm saying? Because there's other, remember the market, the S&P, it handles a lot, bro. It takes in a lot. I'm right next to it. I'm taking in all the info too, but it's digesting a lot of stuff. So, and it's forward looking. So this war stuff's bad, but just keep in mind that Powell, the rates, and what the Fed wants to do and their signals to how they will interact with us. That's going to have a big effect on money. Jackson Hole, I don't know. I don't think it will be. Not unless he has to. Wouldn't the projection won't matter? No, it will. Because that's what I'm saying. That's going to establish a baseline for people to follow, whether they admit it or not. Right? So that's why it's like, because look at Powell, oil was at $57 2 weeks ago. He didn't want to cut. So by the same logic, 75 doesn't change his opinion either. You see what I'm saying? We want to know the baseline, GDP, jobs, and then the rate stuff. I think there's a chance it doesn't change. That is where we get the dud. Where now the SEP once again comes in practically the same as 3 months ago. So now we just went half the year with no real guidance from the Fed. Well, the SEP may or may not, just like I've been warning all of you guys. Don't be too certain. Don't be, prepare for everything. That's why, with all of this, look at our cash plan in the long term. If it comes down on war, awesome, we're ready. If it comes down on Powell, awesome, we're ready. If it comes down on Trump, awesome, we're ready. But if it doesn't happen, we're also ready too. That's what I'm saying. We have cash. By the time SEP will be a week away from another deposit, bro. So this is why we've been building. This is why I keep telling you, do not top tick stocks in this environment. Why buy high when a week ago it was low? And it's not as if we really know where the ball is going right now. So like I'm saying, there's some stuff I know. I have gotten more confirmation related to the bill, and I have shared that with you of how I believe that could be a structural shift to a degree. But other than that, nothing has really changed. So that's why I'm saying, like, we got to get ready for it, but we'll know when we see it. But for now, it's an odd one. The puts never went negative. Tell you right now, they went up to break even or 1%. They didn't go red. They've been green all day, but now it's only 3. War can be good for other stuff, but then sometimes it's not. It all depends. That's it. But like the flow of money, and this is what we were talking about last night, even today, this is related to all of it. Oil, the lifeblood of the economy. That's why I'm even today, you should notice, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, look at rates are going up now, but that was bullish this week. But now look at it next to oil, because that's a whole different theory now. Because if oil's rocketing and rates are going up, that's bad. That's why when oil's coming down to $57, I don't give a fuck where the rates are. I'm like, dude, these guys are batshit. What are you talking about? You're worried about inflation. Oil's at $50. But now that it does change it. So it all depends on what factors kind of get triggered in any conflict, how it affects, again, oil, commodities, the flow of money, sanctions. That's why Russia, SWIFT, that changed things. So it really all does depend. Philip Morris now on the low. That's odd. MO is up. And then you guys know NVO is now the biggest publicly traded company in Europe. Woo! I know. Your last purchase, 40% off. Staple, well, high energy now. Higher rates. If they have a lot of debt, if they run off heavy costs, low margin, they just got a shit ton of margin pressure. So, and then again, the general consumer, where that's going to, MP's going. Israel military says Air Force continues to attack missile launchers and unmanned aerial vehicles in Iran. Iran Press TV, Iranian defense activated and intercepted Israel missiles south of Tehran. So they're literally still fighting this whole time as you guys have been trading. Yeah, MP. We'll see what the market does. Are the noises coming from here? My brother, how have you been? So good to see you. It's been a long time. Long time. Been a long time. Shit, a long time. But that the dog beat the long time to save to. Hold on. Bro, I'm texting my friend. The guy just asked me to go to Dubai with him. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Why the fuck you want to go to Dubai right now? Oh, what you save? Fast you dance the thing. You got it up in long time again. You go by the dip in long time again. Oh, you don't want to throw it all away if you lose on the first trade. What about the next trade? Sorry, guys. I have friends outside the chat. Yeah, 2. I got like two friends. That aren't related to me or in my adopted family. Where did Embraer go? Not bound, nothing on that. U.S. reports 29 confirmed measles cases. Oh, yeah, and bro, I saw Jason. You said you got another law term. You sold it for another house. I love it. Oh, yeah, I need to see. What's the status of my offer, bro? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I want that house I was telling you, the ranch. Like I was saying, bro, it hasn't even sold yet, and it's on the market. Now I'm kind of worried, but I like it. But yeah, I would now, but then again, I guess long-term's still at all-time highs. It did come down, though, today. Okay, Spy getting another can. Dude, Google is melting up. I don't know if you guys have noticed. 33 acres. Still holding after that one craziness. Chad Acres. That's why I read the HOA documents, though. You're allowed to put only one sign, and it has to be the name of the ranch, but sadly, I have to have the HOA approve it. So if I wanted to call it Colt Ranch, and then these people don't want me to, then I can't. No, just a ranch for like horses and other animals. And yeah, I stumbled across it because I've been looking for certain properties, and then I found one that was off market, and then I looked around, and then I saw this one, and then it looks like a really good deal, but we've learned a lot about it. It has a HOA. It's not easy to finance. It still needs some work, but yeah, there's long-term ranch. Wow. Holy shit, I love that name. Well, that's probably what it'll be called if we do it. Dude, long-term ranch, that sounds so dope and creepy at the same time. I don't want to go. How long is left? Forever. I don't want to do it, no. I know, dude, it's a lot of land. I'm telling you, I saw this property, bro. It was the craziest thing I've ever done. Because I'm telling you, bro, I'm standing on this property and just filming it. And my eyes, dude, it's like the whole thing. From horizon to horizon, it's like your land. SXT, almost $1 pop. It's about it's like 0.5. Wow, we should do that. Holy fuck. I might make it. You know what? Maybe. I think I'm going to buy this ranch and we're going to call it Long-Term Ranch, and I'm going to turn it into a stock trading rehab facility. Yeah, like Dr. Phil. So like you have to come in. I'm going to talk to your partner and your parents, and if they say you have a problem, we send you to the ranch for 3 months. You're not allowed to trade. We got to go over your long term. You're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to drink. You have to work out. And then we rehabilitate you to stop gambling and get a long term and become a millionaire. Wow, that could, I think, because y'all always want me to be your little therapist. That way we could actually monetize it and turn it into a real operating business, and then we'll get free horses. You could ride a pony, literally. I will literally buy you a pony if you get your long term. Look at that. That's it. And you can't leave the house until your long term is big enough to buy your own house. Wow. I think we found the purpose. I was like, man, if I can't build what I wanted to. I was like, maybe we could do a reality show. But no, I think that might be it. Trump says U.S.-Iran meeting in Sunday is still planned. That's it, bro. I kind of like it. That's kind of crazy. You get to sit on a farm in nature. You're gonna get sunlight. You're gonna work out with me. I'll work out with you like every other day. Cause it's still far from me, but like I could pull up. I'll hang out with you on the weekends at Coal Ranch. For sure. But I don't want to set it up as a non-profit. You guys haven't, I was gonna do a non-profit. You guys know that, right? Because again, my intention is to help people, and I think I've clearly shown it. But the problem with a non-profit, I don't want somebody to give me anything. Because if you file as a 501c3 or whatever, I can't talk about certain things. You know that, right? It's still a contract with the government. So even if I said, the moment I do a nonprofit, I cannot claim tax-free status and talk to you guys about certain things. Circle. This land is my land. His land is your land. From Chatadonia to long-term ranch land. You got a long-term. You do not sell it. This land was made for Chatadonia. Make it a church. That's what I'm saying, though. If it's a church, I can't talk to you guys. That's the effective way to silence yourself, is to take tax-free status. Because then you literally cannot talk about things because it's against the law. You cannot claim to be a tax-free entity, nonprofit. You can't speak on politics. You can't be involved in it. Otherwise, you'll get audited and then they revoke it. And then you'll have to pay. And then you could get in trouble. My voice was featured in a news short in Sweden about, really? Send it to me. Because they used my content without my express permission. But yeah, I didn't know that. Dope. Tell them to repent. Oh, man. Preachers still do it. They're not allowed to. Some of them do it and there's like a line, but then, yeah, I'm sure they deal with it. But technically, you're not allowed to. Great American equipment. Israel used Great American equipment during the attack. Oh, wow. Okay. Can I put a church on the property? Maybe. I don't think the HOA will let me. We're not allowed to do any agriculture activities. So that's what was on the HOA. For some reason, they don't want, you can't work on cars. You're not allowed to have any auto mechanic there. You can't do any like machinery, like repair. And then you're not allowed, you can't dry fruits. You can't have any agriculture activity on the property. You can have, if you use it, like, you could do, you could grow a vineyard. You know, you could have a grove. You could do a vineyard, oranges, and, like, certain things. But you can't have, like, you cannot manufacture nor export, or you can't do any, like, money-making agriculture. You could have a personal use vineyard, a personal use orange grove, all of that. But you can't do any, like, commercial operation of farming, even because the property is like, you could farm on this bitch. It's huge. You know, you could have chickens, you could have cows, you could have that, you could have animals. It's actually made for animals, but not for agriculture. They don't want that. So everybody there has horses. Everybody there has horses and all their other ones. One guy has some exotic animals. So we might, if I could get approval, we could go and buy a fucking lion and shit. I'm not even kidding you. If we play our cards right, we could get an elephant. But you can't grow, like, we can't make like a olive farm or something. It's fenced, and then it has multiple, like, it has a horse ring, it has all of those. It has a stable, it has everything. Okay, you hit a new high. SEC orders that F1 IPO by Baroni Group be declared or abandoned June 13th. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to make this land profitable. You either have to rent it, but then you're limited by the homeowners, or you use it for horses and cows. Or now, if we could turn it into a rehab, maybe that'll work. Long-term rehab. It's an interesting property. Like I'm saying, even Brookfield hot wire deal announcement anticipated soon. Yeah, AMD sets sights on NVIDIA. That's coming out now too. AMD. Pump article from WSJ. And then again, Brookfield and Hotwire. Apparently there is a deal. I don't know both of those. I know Brookfield. I don't know Hotwire. I don't know if they're public. Yeah. And then STZ. SPY is melterooning. SPY puts are still green, believe it or not. 1%. They're about to go negative. We used to lease our farm. Yeah, exactly. That's how they make money now. They lease out their spot for people's animals. That's what I was saying. I was like, that could pay for half of the mortgage. But then, I don't know. Everything else is just a money pit. Unless we have a real use for it. If I could build, I don't give a fuck. Because I was just going to build something dope. But no. No. Well, they didn't say you could explicitly have a lion, but if you get the permit from the city, the restrictions do not limit animal ownership. Only ownership of like agriculture and farming activity. Homeowner fee is cheap. It's like $100. They just control you. Because I guess they just don't want like a little Egyptian boy to come in and destroy all their property values by bringing a cult into it. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. I don't blame them. TEM now. And then Oscar Health, a couple names that were not moving. Oscar only has like 20 highs. I saw that. That was yesterday. 4 detainees escaped the immigration facility. Can you work on it? Well, I don't know if I'm going to buy this property. It's a very unique deal, and I've just been walking you through it. Kind of even giving you. We were talking yesterday about like I was literally just telling you my text, so you could see what my goal was with the offer and how I'm trying to use the long term. So if I get the property, we'll see. Nothing's confirmed, and then I don't have any commitment to you. I might just flip it if I don't turn it into anything. So. Like I said, if I had freedom and flexibility, I see the vision for something for the cult, but if not, then no guarantees. So we'll see when we get it, or if we get it, put that in God's hands, but the Lord will provide. Whoa, Tesla. Hi! Oh, Tesla, stick. Again, we already had those plays. They were dead, but I think they're coming up. Where's this fucking Elon? I don't even see anything. Bro, Tesla ripping. A lot of things are moving, though, but no, this is like Tesla itself. I don't see anything on Elon's Twitter. Nah. All right, well, Tesla pop. Oh, moves to ease rules hindering cybercab? What? There it is. That doesn't make sense. That does not seem that big, but it's popping off of that. I'll take it. Shit. Executive assistant. Oh, United States moves rules. No. Other way around. Yeah. It's the U.S., not Tesla. So there's a government change for cybercab rules. That's big. Yeah. It blended. It didn't. I was like, what do you mean Tesla changes? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Okay. U.S. Department Thursday informed regional allies in the Middle East to plan strike. Executive assistant to Iran president, despite the efforts of the enemy, there will be no disruption in the management of the country, and the Iranian people will not surrender. No, you're good. I saw, I was like, I wasn't following. I even saw it on other places. It was like combined. Yeah. 200. GDX. All right, you got the Airbus one. Yeah, Robin Hood hates you. You knew that. I'm hungry. I need a pro. Yeah, bro. Google and Tesla are the tech winners today. Google's like melting up. Okay, and SPY's coming down. Bro, those puts never went negative. I'm telling you. It would go up to break even or 0.5. And then that's it. So we're right at the level still, but unfortunately it's the same 60 points down and up, but it's the same situation as this morning, bro. URGN Virgin Circle. Yeah, we have a free option. It came back. I'm still down from the first price, but it's free. IMMR. Okay, starting to pick up again. Let me see. The volatility plays are still down 15. So they're actually cheaper, but wait till it adjusts. So you could still grab. I thought it was going to be more expensive. That's how they scam it. They let it go down on the move up, and then it barely goes down, and they raise the spread. Or they'll raise the bid, and they'll jump the ask and keep the bid the same. Oh, yeah, a lot of you guys are reporting Robinhood's kicking you out, but some of you are still on, so just eyes up, but you may run into some of those issues. Yeah, Robinhood is on down detector. So you have only 181 for now. I think it's all of you guys in the chat. But yeah, there's 181 reports right now of, and it's starting to spike on Robinhood. But nothing else is like going bad. Microsoft.
We're really clear that de-escalation is what is needed here.
Joining us now is Bloomberg Weekend Editor-at-Large Michelle Hussein from London. Michelle, thank you so much for taking the time and fantastic interview. Give us a little more color in terms of what Keir Starmer said and whether they were aware, had any kind of advance notice, and whether they participated in any way in these attacks.
You, Scarlett. Well, this interview took place straight after Keir Starmer had had a call with the leaders of France and Germany. Those three countries work together on Iran in a group that is called the E3. And right before his call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So we were sandwiched, if you like, right in the middle of those two. And it was clearly a really busy day for the Prime Minister, quite a day to be speaking to him. He emphasized that the UK was not involved in this attack. Obviously, the United States has already said that. But on his view of the attack itself, his tone is quite different from President Trump's. While he emphasized that Israel has the right to self-defense and the UK recognizes that right, he was very careful to stress that de-escalation was what he wanted now, that was going to be a theme of his call with Prime Minister Netanyahu. And when I asked him, did he think that this preemptive strike by Israel on Iran's nuclear targets was justified, he
air raid sirens sound in Jerusalem, and then Amazon
and
reorganizing health
the
business.
G7 as well, and I'm curious how that positions him, because he has become kind of the leader among European nations, certainly when it comes to Middle East and
it's not 3%, but I have no idea what's going on with that.
Well, absolutely, and on Russia and Ukraine in particular, he has worked really hard in the last few months to try and get President Trump to support
Google's
Ukraine
killing
more,
it.
And on the contrary, to
Boeing's
be
on the high.
tougher on Russia. He's put a lot of time, effort, and energy into that, and so far he has not got as far as he wanted. I think that part of our conversation
Boeing ripping
was really the hardest one, because
not
a
too
month
crazy
ago he went to Kiev
just going
with
from
other
green,
European
red to green,
leaders,
like heavy
and
red to green. That's
together
5%.
with President Zelensky, they called President Trump from there, and then Keir Starmer made a statement saying, together with the US, we are going to ramp up sanctions on Russia. As far as the United States is concerned, that hasn't yet materialized. So that's a very hard area for him at the moment.
UTI on the high as well, too.
And important is that it does seem that they have
check
built up
ALE,
a decent bond,
that
these two men, despite being really very different. Keir
It's small,
Starmer
though.
has been in power
It hasn't
for
even hit
nearly a year.
3%,
He
but that's
is
moving like a fucking
scholarly,
offer.
studious man in many ways, a former human rights lawyer. So very different background to President Trump's. But he has said that he likes and understands and respects him. And he certainly has positioned himself in also managing to get things for the UK that other countries have not managed.
And there's
Strikingly, agreement on trade, which is not yet finalised, but as he told me today, there are no hiccups and obstacles in that way. So it does mean that we are expecting, perhaps in the next few days, an agreement on UK exports of cars and also steel and aluminium to be
it's already bought out.
in an
That's
agreement
why.
with the US.
Oh, thank you for wrapping all of that up for us. Michelle Hussein is Bloomberg's weekend editor at large. Fantastic interview by her with Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister. And if you want to see the entire interview, please check it out on the Bloomberg terminal or on Bloomberg.com. Now, for more analysis on the big story of the day, those Israeli strikes, let's bring in now Kenneth Pollack. He is currently vice president for policy at the Middle East Institute, but he has served in the past in the National Security Council as well as the CIA. Kenneth, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to start with the market reaction here, which is stocks are down, but not by a whole lot. Oil prices are surging up about 5.5%, and treasuries are higher. I should say are lower, pushing yields higher as investors focus on the inflation ramifications of these strikes. Are these appropriate responses given what you see geopolitically?
Scarlett, first, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me. I'll start by saying that nobody wants me doing market analysis right now. I'm just a dumb Middle East analyst. But I'll make a few points that do seem very much consistent with what I think you're describing from the markets, which is the Israelis have demonstrated both in last night's strikes and in previous strikes in October and April that they can be very, very discreet in their military operations. They're going after certain Iranian target sets, their nuclear facilities, their nuclear scientists, some of their top military leadership, and obviously also some of Iran's military forces, ballistic missile forces, air defenses, etc., all of which are related to protecting those other target sets. They are working very hard to not go after other Iranian target sets, the target sets that I think would be most disconcerting to investors because they speak to either higher oil prices or the risks for wider escalation. And I think that's very deliberate on Israel's part. I don't think the Israelis are likely to go after Iranian oil targets, not significant numbers of them, because doing something that would greatly increase the price of oil, probably isn't going to play well in the White House, probably isn't going to play well in Beijing. And the Israelis don't want to risk that. And what's more, it's also very useful for the Israelis. They've got an agenda. They've got things that they need to accomplish down the road. These strikes are only part of a larger effort. They need to get the Iranians to do certain things for them. And being able to hold Iran's oil infrastructure, its political leadership, and other target
Delta
sets in
suspends
jeopardy,
any flights following Tel
sources of
Aviv.
leverage for them down the road.
Any flights
So
passing
it's a
through
threat that
Tel
they could do
Aviv through
more
August
that puts them in the
31st.
driver's seat here, Kenneth. What is their long-term plan here?
Yeah,
then?
the
You
US
mentioned that they have bigger
cybercap thing, that's what
ambitions.
got it going.
Walk us through what that looks like.
Sure. So again, can't be certain about this. I'm not privy to Israel's nuclear military plans, and no one knows what's in the mind of Prime Minister Netanyahu. That said, the Israelis need to make sure that they do as much damage as they possibly can to the existing Iranian nuclear program, which, as I think all your viewers know, is very big, very well dispersed.
I cannot
in many
confirm
cases
that.
hardened.
Okay, I don't use Robinhood, but if it is telling you to input like personal information, do not do it. Do you guys all understand? This is just like safety 101. Okay? So just unfortunately, if it's not working, be patient. But if you're logging in and it's like telling you to upload or to put, just wait at least a day and verify. But I definitely would not, do not do it if okay, just relax. You're not missing out on anything. Don't be FOMO'd into getting your identity stolen. Okay? Like I said, I can't confirm that, but somebody in the chat just said that. So, but if it's telling you to put in bank info, do not do that. That seems very weird. Okay? That's not normal. So yeah, just letting you know if that's the case.
respond militarily now that its top military commanders have been killed?
Yeah, not much is the truth. Iran's military forces are much weaker than Israel's. Iran's military forces have very limited ability to penetrate Israel's defenses.
Whirlpool got a
the
Bank
Air
of
Force
America
is pretty much
upgrade.
useless. Get shot down very, very quickly by the Israelis. They're throwing drones at the Israelis, and they've got a lot of drones, and you can always sneak drones through. They might be able to do some damage that way. But again, we've seen that the Israelis are very good at knocking down Iran's drones. The big danger for Israel lies in Iran's ballistic
I don't think it's
missile
hacked.
force.
Everyone's just saying
If you
some people have
remember,
issues, some people don't.
the
So,
strike they
and then
did
somebody
back
was
in
just like,
April
it's
of
saying
last
to
year,
put
they
in my
used
bank
ballistic
info. I'm
missiles
like,
for
don't do
cruise
that.
missiles. That didn't go so well. So in October, when they tried again, they used only ballistic missiles.
Yeah, Yemen
that
fired
went
missiles
a little
towards
bit better,
Israel.
but not much.
They're saying
But
alert.
that too is a problem.
Missile
And
from
one
Yemen.
of the things that is being reported, my good friends over at the Critical Threats Project at the American Enterprise Institute are reporting
It is
that
fine when
Israel
logging
has built
online.
a
It asks
secret
please
drone
Plaid
base
system log on for
inside
bank info.
Iran that it is using
Do not do that.
to attack
not
Iranian
do
ballistic
that.
missile launchers. I've got nothing to corroborate
BG,
that, but
bro,
it
that's
seems
a food
reasonable,
play.
because we haven't seen any Iranian ballistic missile
Oh,
launches
yeah,
so far.
Bungie.
I do think we're likely
Vitara
to see
deal
some
gets
at some
China
point in time.
regulatory
But let's remember,
approval.
even if the Iranians are able to throw 1,000 ballistic missiles at Israel, which they might at some
Yeah,
point,
so they got
Israelis will
approval
probably
from
shoot
China
down 900 of them.
to close
And
a
100
previous
ballistic
deal.
missiles landing in Israel probably isn't going to do much damage. They don't have very big warheads. The
Yeah.
Israeli population is well sheltered. It's probably not going to look like anything like what Israel's doing to Iran.
Kenneth, before I let you go, what about the impact to the rest of the region, other countries in the region? Where does this leave them, and how did they respond?
So I think, you're seeing what is likely to happen. Everyone is trying to stay out. Most of the countries of the region have been protesting, condemning the Israeli strike. My sense is that privately, their leaders are all sitting around with popcorn, watching the strikes and cheering them on. None of them want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. They may or may not like the way that Israel is doing things, but they certainly don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. And most of them are going to try to stay out of this. Provoking Israel is a bad idea for them. Provoking Iran is a bad idea for them as well. Best thing for them, lie low, let the Israelis do their damage, stay out. The one big issue,
I know you got it. I'm just saying
for
it's
all
like,
of them is airspace. The Israelis
honestly, I've
are
already
flying
said my
through
piece. Do whatever the fuck you want.
airspace.
It's not my
We
platform.
don't quite know yet. If I had to bet,
That's
I would
Robin
say
Hood's
it's
problem.
serious. And Iraq,
It's all good.
because
You
neither
guys do
of
whatever
them
you
have
want.
Formidable
You
air
heard what I
defenses.
think.
If they're going through Turkey or Jordan or Saudi Arabia, that's the kind of thing that is going to cause a problem in the future. None of those countries is going to like having Israeli aircraft repeatedly overfly their territory.
Kenneth, really appreciate your joining us and sharing your expertise and insight. Kenneth Pollack is Vice President for Policy at the Middle
If you guys
East
notice
Institute.
the issue
He
and
formerly
want to
worked at the CIA
re-verify,
as
and
well as
that
the National
sounds like a
Security
safe
Council.
option to you.
Coming up, we're taking a look
My
at Amazon
goodness.
and
Go
Walmart
ahead,
because they're
but,
reportedly
yeah.
exploring a new kind of payment method, and it is sending some
wait till you
shockwaves
find
to
out what
legacy
happens.
payments
It's my
companies
take.
like Visa and MasterCard. This is Bloomberg.
This is Bloomberg. When in doubt, wait it out, right? Amen. All right, well, you're coming back, dude. That was just to the T. Right to break even, then right back. Not break even on the SPY, break even on puts. All right. Yeah, I like Bungie. I remember we saw Bungie and all the food plays. They're already up a ton. That's why I said just keep it on watch some. Yeah, Bungie's eyes 8.6. Where's the other one? ADM. Yeah, Bungie's getting the pop off the deal. All right, and then SPY came down a little bit. You're above VWAP. Everything is still red. You got Russell and Dow near 1%. Dow's a little bit more. SPY, NASDAQ 0.5. Same goes for equal weight. And we walked it all back. Yeah, I mean, but that's what we were saying last night. I said it like 5 times. I was like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up green. I'm surprised this all even happened. Again, this isn't the first time we've dealt with this situation. So it was just swift and it was a little bit more aggressive, but, don't be shocked if something bad happens, market's down on futures, and then you're green the next day. We've seen it many times. But that's why I keep saying I think tie this into Friday, tie it into Wednesday and Powell, but it is going to be a little odd, and then we don't even know what's happening. Again, there's still conflict occurring now. You're going to go through the weekend. I thought we were going to play the weekend game before this. That's how I got caught off guard. Even though we knew what to expect to a degree, I thought they would have waited to the weekend and played that game, but now you already have an attack, and now we're going into the weekend. So other than that, though, Powell next week, and then we'll see where everything else with trade and all that takes us. Israel official: Trump participated in disinformation operation and was aware of military operations since Monday. Israeli Times. National Security Advisor campaign can create conditions for a U.S.-led deal that will thwart Iran's nuclear program. I had nothing to do with it. I promise. We would like to thank Donald and our good friend. None of it would be possible without a Donald J. Trump. Without Donald, and he actually participate in active disinformation campaign. He knew all along. Thank you so much, Donald. Thank you, Don. I didn't. I'm Howard. Who told them? Howard. Howard, you can't tell them. I know. I don't care if they said they'll give you a bit. You can't tell them. You can't stop. That's not. We got it. That's my favorite joke of this. If you couldn't tell. Okay, this is my favorite. That's my favorite joke of this cycle. I love it because I'm like, wow, every time. It's great. It's great. I was like, keep it on watch. This food place moved a lot. They're already up. I remember in the morning, I was like, why are these up? So yeah, that makes sense, but question is, do you take it into next week? Neon. Isn't that one of, didn't everyone go crazy on this one for a while? National Security Advisor: Israel military means cannot totally destroy Israeli nuclear program. Tessie's still up? Yeah. It was too funny. Well, we just talked, again, we talked about too many things. And anytime I don't take it down, I get in trouble. So, and then if I get in trouble, you're not going to know what's going to happen a week in advance. So, it's a catch-22. But either way, you guys get my back, I'll have yours. I think we can make changes, but that some of y'all just got to decide. Are you here to watch and be the blessing because you have to hate and watch, or are you going to be a part of it? That's literally the question some of y'all need to figure out. Again, my career on YouTube, even recently, again, a lot of people, they've held many things over my head. They said they won't like the video. They said they'll unsubscribe. They'll said if I support Trump and create an echo chamber, we won't get any information. They said we'll miss it. We'll be by. They said all of this. But they are the ones who missed it. We're still in the lead 6 months in. So, yeah, you got to decide and get with it, or you could keep watching, be my guest. That could be your purpose. So, yeah, bro. But until YouTube stops that, unfortunately. But we can make the change, bro. Look, you saw it. We get everybody. I don't know, some of you who've watched for a long time and you got bitter or whatever it was, you stopped participating. Bro, we have enough people in here. If we all were, we could make anything trending. You know that, right? You could make anything trending. We could get anybody's attention. That's all. I don't know who poisoned your thoughts to make you to spend your time in here and think we're your enemy. Oh, but I hope y'all feel me. But until we get that, like I'm saying, the people who are already with me, we're benefiting heavily, and we're gonna keep doing it, God willing. But at the same time, I mean, I want to make a change, bro. So if you want to do it with me, I would love to, and I could incentivize it. But other than that, it'll just be for the people already holding it down with cohesion. Zivia. Oh no, that's not. Ziva was the drone one. Zena. Let's not. Well, listen. You guys know me. And even with my straightforwardness, I don't care if you talk shit. I don't care if you sold out. You know why? I care about the future. You understand? So put down the hatred now and join along. Otherwise, it's like I'm not even here to judge you or hold it against you. I'm just telling you what it is. That's all. And whether you like me or don't, or you don't like my Trump shit, you cannot deny that we have objectively called out everything well in advance. And it made a lot of people money, even to this degree of holding right now on everything. That's what I'm saying. So do whatever you want, but I'm not trying to withhold. But you see this environment that we're up against. We're going to keep going and we'll find a way, but yeah. So I encourage you to care about your future and align yourself with the things that actually benefit. And it's up to you, and you make your own judgments, but you got evidence. Planter. I always told you that dude is scary. I always told you, bro. Christian, well, welcome. So even then, we're gonna move to Philo, I think, in a couple of minutes. So if you don't have your membership, no worries. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. But like I said, end of the quarter, we're gonna do a reevaluation. But you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that cohesion. Like I said, you see the chat, bro. We don't waste our time with weird arguments, weird conversations, not off topic. This has allowed us to get directly to the source. I don't know if you've realized it or not. We've cut all the crap out and we've just gotten everything early. So I'd love to do that. And I would love for all of you to have that, but we need that teamwork. You get what I'm saying? I need you on. I don't need you either for us or against us. That's it. So you got to make up your mind. But if you telling me we get everybody on board and we doing it for a good reason, oh, bro, that's fast. I'm talking no delays at all. I'm talking you don't pay for anything. You want everything. But that's what I'm looking for. Above all, that's what I'm saying, cohesion. Because there was a time, bro. There was a time I was giving y'all, predicting COVID, getting y'all 30,000% plays, and I would talk about Jesus. Ain't nobody had a fucking issue. You see what I'm saying? Nobody used that to brainwash others and paint me as an enemy because I was doing what I loved. So you get what I'm saying? Let's go back to that, you guys. Let's go back to it. And if that's there, I would love to offer many, many more. Other than that, though, we do have our own ecosystem. We do. And it's already operating without you. And you see it. So I look forward to it. And in 2 weeks, we will have a reassessment. So till then, enjoy your weekend. And time to move on over to Philo. All right. Air defense is now activated in Tehran. Loud explosion heard in the city of Isfahan. All right. I think that's it. So we're all good to go. We'll see you on Philo. My new members, I hope you have a good first Philo. Amen. Amen. You're back without verifying? Nice. Everybody who verified better freeze their credit card. But I will see you at the Philo video.